Good day, everyone. Good day. How are we doing? Had a long night yesterday. But you know how we like to start the show. When I say good day to you, I want you to say it back so we can start the day off positive and move it in the right direction. Okay, I already got somebody backstage. What's good? I'm going to bring you up shortly. So the way how we like to do this is I say good day to you. You say it back so I know that you're here and we can continue the show and keep it moving forward. God damn it. Hope everybody had a good night. Mine was long. Let me welcome to the stage. Truth, love, what's good? What's going on with you?
Good morning, Mr. Bracy. How are you?
I'm all right. Good day. It's me, Dr. G. How you feeling? Man,
Everything
what's
is
the word? What you got going on with your thoughts?
God is good, everything's a blessing. But what's going on with you? You usually have the naked face. What's up with the beard? You going that back?
Yeah, it's not easy. I ain't gonna lie to you. What up, Ice Tray? How you feeling? It's not easy. My face is itching. I'm not used to it anymore. I'm like every day. I'm like, I think I'm gonna cut it. I'm trying to deal with it because you got to deal with that. It breaking skin again.
Yeah.
I do not like it. I'm like, I'm about to cut it. But I'm gonna deal with it.
Yeah. So you growing it fully out?
Yeah, I'm gonna grow fully out. I don't do the face mullet. See, spirit love. Okay. Good day to you. Okay. I don't do the face mullet. I don't do that. I ain't gonna do no goatee, that's for sure. Man, last night we was talking about what's her name? Ebony K. Williams. It was wild last night. I couldn't believe the words that I was hearing. I don't know, maybe because I have daughters, maybe that's why it's a little strange for me to hear some of the things that be said. I can't believe it sometimes. But Ebony K. Williams, what she said was that, hey, Tequila, how you doing? What Ebony was saying that men that are of some intellectual space, they do not want a woman that is at the same intelligence as him. It makes his penis go down. And I was just like, what? I was so upset at Ebony. I tend to not believe that. Good day, Dakima. What is your thoughts on just that part of the statement right there? You think that women being as intelligent as her counterpart makes the man not aroused, as Ebony says?
No, I mean, I understand certain situations is going on, but as far as for me, I guess like I came on here and I found out what the actual term is. They call it a sapiosexual. And yes. For me, I want my woman to be, I know more than likely, well, I'm just going to say that more than likely she's not going to be as intellectually sound as I am. But I
what
want my,
mean? What does that mean?
So intellect for me starts with common sense. And common sense leads to decision making. And decision making is a combination of understanding choice and then understanding the consequence, which is a result of your choice.
So you say the woman that you're going to choose, she's most likely not going to have as much common sense as you?
I don't think it's just possible for that to happen. I haven't seen it.
Because she's a woman.
Yeah, I just haven't seen it. I don't think they're actually made up that way. I think that's even for the reason why they actually need a leader because of that type of situation.
I absolutely disagree. I do not think women need a leader. I think that's what they want because people want the best human possible that they could get. And if you're going to have somebody, why not have somebody that you could trust? Let's troll. Good day to you. So, yes, I don't believe that 51% or greater of women are even looking for leaders. I think they're looking for somebody that is of equal intelligence, somebody they can ride out this whole lifestyle with and they could build together. They're looking for companionship. And I think men, for the most part, is looking for companionship as well. Easy Money Jones, good day to you. Orchard S, how you feeling? And I think what usually happens when it have this whole leadership thing, what happens is they both at the same level, and then eventually the man, he gets to a point where he could skyrocket his career, and she could choose to skyrocket hers with him, or she could say, you know what, hey babe, go ahead, take the reins. I'm going to stay at home, and we're going to keep building. So this way we could build two things at the same time. He's building the career and the finances, and she's going to build the household. And that's the sacrifice both parties have to figure out who's going to make it. Because sometimes I believe it can be the opposite way as well. Hey babe, you got the opportunity of a lifetime. For example, I would give you Tabitha Brown. Her husband, he was working for a majority of their relationship as being a cop, and then eventually her book, her entertainment skill set was able to, throw her into the stratosphere of money, and she retired to him, and now he's so-called the stay-at-home husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it's just a sacrifice that people just make naturally, who's got the best potential to make money, and the other one do not have to work.
Well, yeah, on that form, but intellect is just not based off of currency. Intellect is a whole bunch of things. Intellect is symbolized in your parenting. The people that you choose to be in your life, how you galvanize individuals, your own decision making on how you evaluate who you are as an individual, how you identify your problems and solve them. Introspection, all that is a semblance of intellect. I think a lot of people, what happens is y'all confuse being smart, which is education, with intellect, which is wisdom, which is built through experience and character. And I think a lot of times those two things are convoluted when they're not.
I kind of understand why it happens, because the academia part is easily measurable. It's just like money. Money is another thing that's very easily measured. And I think that's why those arguments are led with those, because you could put a statistic behind it. You could say how many people make 100,000 versus 60,000, but you cannot say how many people have common sense versus people that don't have common sense. You can't put a metric on that at all. You cannot, you just cannot measure it. So I think that's why we use those two things. So we could say somebody got 2 degrees versus no degree, and how much money those people make. So,
right.
So it gets a little difficult. What's up, Robin M? How you feeling? Good day. Ariel CH. Always show me some love and support. I appreciate every last one. Let me see some goddamn airplanes in the sky.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to her. She says, hadn't realized that I couldn't listen to 2 separate combos and understand both. LOL. SBG and discrimination. I guess Mr. Long is still going live, I'm assuming.
Yo, every time that song come on, man, I'll be getting it in right along with them kids, man. Every time.
I guess that's why it's so difficult for me. I'm around so much intelligent women. So when I be hearing these talking points sometimes, it's very difficult for me, because I'm in contact and in conversations with intellectual young ladies and older women at all times. Even the women that I know from the projects, I don't even deal with the ones that look like, whatever is the stereotypical ghetto woman type thing. You understand? I'm not around these type of human beings. So even when I'm in the pits of the ghetto, I'm not around these uncommon sense, no intellect women. So it'd be difficult for me. I'd be attempting to take myself out of the situation so I could see what everybody else is talking about. What up, Palafessa? Good day to see you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not going to be with no one that doesn't have common sense or intellect. I just say for me, it's levels. There's levels of it. It's when you think about a general, they have a certain level of intellect and experience that puts them in a form of leadership to be able to galvanize their troops and also put them in a position to win. So they are the ones that's put in that position because of who they are, not just because of physicality of them being, they probably have, actual war experience being on the battlefield, but they have the mindset to put in the blueprints, to build infrastructure, decision making as far as, you know, how to deal with the enemy and understanding the enemy's next move, just like chess. It takes a certain level of intellect to, you know, be those type of chess players. And we already know how intellectually sound chess players, they be having 10, 15, 12 moves ahead. That's, for me, that's intellect. When you can see further ahead, when you have what's called provision. You know, most for me, what I've seen most women have was, you know, how to deal with the here and now, you know, what's going on today, not so much what's ahead of the curve.
So what was interesting to me was so the conversation last night, which I was absolutely cooking those last night, even though on the panel they make it seem like, even though they try to make it seem like I wasn't, they try to throw, you know how people try to do me, they try to throw ad hominems, they try to say that I'm little Daryl, and that you know, they try to say, I don't know why, I really don't understand sometimes why people always try to throw ad hominems at me, and I do my best to ignore them at all times. I do my best. Sometimes I can't. But I think like 90% of the times I just ignore the little cheap shots that people be throwing at me. Especially
was this on your show or somebody else's show?
It was on Aaron O's show last night.
Oh.
I was just trying to have the conversation about Ebony K. Williams, you know what I'm saying? Like, but another thing that Ebony K. Williams was talking about was the fact that which a lot of women do not want to concede to the concept that you cannot do both. You cannot be this extremely successful $2 million woman and have a $2 million husband at the same time. For it doesn't, you know, really work that way. And I think that Ebony was talking about it well. She was saying like, hey, because she had Elvana on the show as well. I didn't see her in years. So Elvana was saying that, you know, she want to be, if she's out there getting it and she's grinding, she do not want no stay-at-home man. And so, like, but to me, I'm like, so what makes you think a man that is getting it at the same rate of you, if you are a millionaire, Elvana, and he's a millionaire, why would he want his woman hustling as hard as him going outside of the house to go make money? That just doesn't make sense to me. Y'all would never see each other. Y'all both grinding the way how you need to grind to be a millionaire.
But
how
that's what
each other.
But that's the concept that she especially is pushing. She wants somebody to be on that, you know, that type of level and that type of grind. That's what she's talking about. I agree with you. For me, I don't think that a person in that type of position and mindset
hold on. Lying to MJ about Lucky Dip. What? Oh man, that's crazy. If somebody is trying to ruin your relationship on some, I don't understand why. I confront that. That's kind of that's kind of wild to me. If somebody is going completely out of their way to come up with lies, like I could get it. I could take the lies, right? Because they lies ain't gonna really affect me as well as somebody that is living miles apart from each other. Those type of lies is very detrimental to anybody's psyche. No matter how much you trust somebody keep come at you from multiple different angles and lie. That is dishonorable. Like that, you can get touched for something. That it makes me so angry. I can't even put my words together. Like that kind of lying is very dangerous. Like you can't. I don't think you should be trying to mess with somebody's relationship because of some so-called YouTube beef. If you are gaslighting other people if it's a lie, so I don't know what is said, but if that is the truth, that somebody is going out of their way to lie to another human being, to break up two human beings just because so you could win some goddamn YouTube debate or something, is the wildest thing to me. Like, it's all good if you cut up my clip and I say one thing here and then now you move it 10 minutes later and I say it look like I'm contradicting myself. Cool. I'm cool with that, because if you used to run the tape congruent, you can see that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I could deal with that kind of lies, but this kind of real life lies and you trying to affect people's real life of a lie, it's kind of wild to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's wild. especially if you're using people that know each other, and you lie to the person that, and you can make that other person believe that, you know, like say if me and you had a personal 5-year relationship, somebody comes to me, keep telling me things, and then now I'm like, yo, I got some tea, and I tell you some shit, you're gonna believe me 100%, even though they fed me a lie. I believe the lie. I'll have it's so many fucking ways. I guess that's why I don't like it. It's so many ways a lie can web out in so many directions. We don't know who is saying what, who's telling the truth anymore. That is crazy that these people are reaching out to this man's personal woman outside of the YouTube streets is wild to me. That is wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Doxing people is fucking wild. Like it gotta have some, like we gotta have some kind of honor amongst the thieves.
Right.
like if we all gonna be thieves, we still gotta have some kind of honor.
That is absolutely terrible.
I hope that that is, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know the information yet, but from that text, that kind of disturbs.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to my girl Ariel. She said, feeling like a schizo trying to listen to two of my favorite content creators at the same time. Y'all need to schedule better. I feel you, Ariel.
I was saying about the Ebony K when we first heard her, you know, when she came out and made, you know, that trending, you know, I guess.
Oh, when she first came out, she was saying that she don't want to date that bus driver.
Correct. So when she fully explained to who what she was telling, she said, look, what's wrong with me wanting somebody on the same level and grind that I'm going for? She said, I'm going to go get her. I'm not stopping at where I'm at. I'm going to keep going up. So when you was talking about that $2 million thing, that's what she's looking for.
I threw a number on it though, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, yeah, I'm talking about being on you know, having a large amount of money, and going and continue to still go for more. So I agree with you on that term that you can't have both. And a lot of people, they want the idea of relationship without going head first into taking on all responsibility that comes with it. Especially in 2024, so many people is coming up with new ideas on how to do relationship, let alone marriage. You see what I'm saying? And sad enough that, you know, gender is being taken out of everything. The roles is being taken out of place, you know, for me. And then we're getting all these things presented to us inside of these schools and different things. And then that's creating a whole new type of person. And those people grow into adults. Those children are going to grow into adults that lead our future. And this situation is going to balloon into something bigger. So for me, I don't care what the world is doing. I'm still going to how I saw the original design of marriage in my household and my parents and my grandparents. That's how I will be maintaining my relationship and going into marriage.
And that's why she did not want to date the bus driver specifically when they asked her that question, because her mother was a bus driver. She's seen what that lifestyle is like. And her mother sacrificed her existence to put her through these schools so she could become this successful person that she is today. She took that baton and she went fucking running. And so now a woman that has that mindset, seeing her mom struggle, however that struggle was in her kids' lens eyesight, because we don't know what kind of trauma she went through seeing her mother struggle. Because some people, they do go through that. They see their parents struggle. They have this kind of crazy mindset, and that turns them into this goddamn money-making machine sometimes. It happens often, actually. And so she took that baton. She kept running. So when that person said and asked her about a specific bus driver, it could have just triggered something like, hell no, I'm not dating no goddamn bus driver. I see what my mother went through. And now sometimes, and she said it, so I can't really defend it too much. You know what I'm saying? She did say it. However, it could have triggered a trauma in her mind where she's like, hell fucking no, I'm not going to put myself through that hardship that I did as a little kid to any children or family I'm trying to build my damn self.
Right. And I agree with you know, what Robert M said, like, again, like everyone is trying to see, you know, they want relationships, but then you can see their
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Daryl Long. You are on a 20-minute timeout. Truth is love. So drop this bitch. Your ex-wife slapped me up. Your new wife lied to MJ about me. And lucky you broke Bandit. Whoa. So you saying that it was his shorty that said it. This is why lies is crazy. Hopefully this is not true and y'all could clean that up. That is wild. Man, I hope that's not true because that's just I don't know why lying triggers me so much, but liars trigger me. And so I don't know the story. I'm gonna leave it as that. Shit. That is some hell of an accusation. And I hope it's not true. I hope not. So if you want to come back down, it's $20, or you got to wait until 10:30. Whew, that is a lot. That is a lot to deal with. I ain't gonna lie to you. Darren, that is true. Brother, I feel for you if that is true. And if it's not true, I don't, man. I don't know. Damn. So last night was awesome. We was going out with a battle of wits. Truth got 20 minutes before he could come back up, so he could come back at 10:30. So yesterday, last night on Aaron O's show, we was talking about Ebony K. Williams and how she believes successful women have to be dumbed down, especially successful Black women. They have to be dumbed down in order to be in the dating market, is what Ebony K. Williams was saying last night on this show called Let's Talk Black, I believe is the name of it. And she's saying the problem that she is having is that when women, Black women especially, get successful, men are telling them, or society is telling these beautiful Black intelligent women, I'm not sure what you mean. He is maybe a little behind on the show. Last night was amazing. And Ethan Man Williams was on the wrong side of this argument yesterday. He tried to come over to my side when he seen like I was cooking up, when he seen the gumbo start stirring up, he tried to come over to my side. He's like, oh shit, Sharon is cooking up some gumbo. That's what happened. But no, if you're going to come up here, you better come up here and substantiate your point of view, goddammit. I want to hear how you're going to double down on your point of view. Because these women out here are trying to get it. They out here grinding. They are moving and shaking, becoming lawyers. They becoming doctors. They becoming these high-earning successfuls. And then now society is going to tell them that they have to choose somebody that is less than them intellectually, less than them financially, less than them spiritually, and you better take that no matter what. Shut up. These women are not having it at all.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
TMKC, she says, little Daryl, please leave Tequila out your mess and stop lying on her. Whoever is the liar that is creating this crazy, seems like a tornado of a mess, whoever is the liar, we need to find that person. That's why I dislike liars, because now we don't know who is who. He might have receipts, she might have receipts, but we do not know who the liar is. That is none of really, hey, that's a personal thing. That is a real serious thing. You cannot be lying on people. That is a real serious, a liar is worse than a goddamn serial deleter, because you can create more chaos by lying. Lying is a very dangerous thing. It's scary as well. A lot of people go to jail because of liars. A lot of people get killed because of liars. I mean, delete it. We got to be careful with liars. We have to be careful with liars. By the way, wrenches are for goddamn sale as well. So a wrench is $25. If you're talking mess, you better be careful of talking to somebody that got the power of a wrench. Hey, everybody that's in the chat, keep it good. Let people have their conversations. Let's keep the chat moving. But hey, just be careful about people with wrenches. That's all I'm saying. So I cannot police every goddamn thing. I'm gonna need some more water. I'm gonna need some goddamn coffee. Thank you. Thank you, Ariel. I'm doing my best, baby girl. I am doing my absolute best. Ah, man. They telling me I gotta be careful, goddamn. Be careful, Sharon. They are planning to crash your show with the mess today. They absolutely are not. I don't believe so. I don't believe so. But we are here for it. Solution-based gang, Sip Nation. All the beautiful people here, make sure y'all throw those goddamn airplane emojis in it as we build this plane, as we fly this damn thing. God damn. SBG, yeah, it could be. Hey, maybe that's what they be seeing my name as, right? Sharon Blame Gang, because they try to blame me for everything I have nothing to do with. Maybe that's right, Issa. It's the Sharon Blame Game. I have nothing to do with it. Good day to you, Rogue C. Shit. We could have a really good conversation, but your wife is not black. So that's why we could have a good conversation. I'm eating borscht and you eating General Tso's. It's all good. General Tso's. I'm sorry. It's General Tso's chicken. Welcome to the show, Ronald 804. Good day to you, sir.
What's up, man? I saw you was by yourself, so I said, let me come up and help you out a little bit.
Go ahead. Tell me about it. What's your thoughts so far on Ebony K. Williams saying that because she is successful, because she is black, that the society is telling her that she has to settle for bum-ass men?
Well, I think a lot of these women, they just need to look themselves in the mirror a lot. You know, with anything you want to do in life, you got to work for it. And there's some of these women just not wife material.
Oh, shit.
It's just plain and simple. You know?
Okay, so yes, I can agree with that. Some women on this planet Earth are not to be wives. They are meant to be, for the streets, as they say. So I could agree with that. Some women. However, what we're talking about is the in shape, right? She's in shape. She got the skin complexion that all these men say they love. She got the money. She got the accolades. But yet she having difficulties finding a man because people are telling the men that's at her level that you are the prize. So therefore, you shouldn't settle for a Ebony K. Williams. And this is the problem that women at her level is having. What do you say to that?
She's also 40 years old. And even though she wants to be, like a lot of these women, they're very successful, which is not a bad thing. They claim they want to be a wife, but they're not built to be a wife. And also they also want to be a mother, but their lifestyle and their career, because a lot of these women, they gotta bounce from state to state all over, they're all over the place, So so even if they become a mother, they won't be able to stay in one spot to be to be a mother. And also they don't even want to deal with the man. The type of man they want to deal with also, he's also all over the place. Because they think, like when we talk about the bus driver, there is a chance that the best man for her is the bus driver, who's
Shit.
a local guy, but women don't date backwards. I mean, not date backwards, but
Date
they
down.
don't like dating people who's lesser than them.
Dating
And
down, you
also,
mean?
if she's also used to a certain lifestyle by the men that she dates, so she's not going to date down. You know, but
before
the
I
best man for her might be the guy
destroy that remedial rhetoric,
making less.
I'm going to allow PH Diva to give me her thoughts first because I'm going to destroy that. Go ahead. Welcome to the stage, Supreme Goddess PH Diva.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Okay, good. Okay, so the first I guess point I would push back against is that, you know, some of these women aren't wife material. We act like wife material is one thing. Men are different. Men want different things in a wife. There are some men that want a woman who's for the streets. When I used to work for a military branch, I became friends with one of the guys, and he was actually about as high as you could go on the enlisted side. And it was a black guy. He liked to cook. He liked to watch his wife with other men, and he was the one insisting on it. The wife didn't even really want to do it that much, right? And then when she found somebody she did want to do it with, he got it. But nevertheless, so you know what I'm saying? So a woman who for the streets, there's a man out there for her, right? So any woman can be life material. With regard to what Ebony K. Williams said about, you know, dumbing themselves down and not you know, wanting to deal with, I guess, the bus driver type guy.
Yeah.
I look at it this way. If me and a man aren't similarly situated, it means one of three things, right? Either we don't want the same thing, right? We know what these jobs, we choose our jobs. This ain't communist China where they tell you what you're going to be at the age of 5. We choose our vocation. And all it takes is a quick Google search to find out how much something pays. And so we self-select into these jobs. And so by virtue of that, if a woman is going after something that is, you know, takes probably more time, more effort, and has a bigger payoff, then those two people clearly don't want the same side of life, right? Then maybe the man does want the same thing she does, but he just isn't there yet. So then that's an indication that there may be a difference in terms of competency between those two people, right? And so maybe he does want the same things. Maybe he is competent, and it's an issue of motivation or ambition or something to that effect. And so I really don't think that women should, you know, date men who aren't similarly situated to themselves, because for me, it's a huge indicator that we just don't want the same things.
Yes, and welcome to the stage, the Trigger Mike Show. I don't know why either man Williams with his General Soul's eating self is running, but bring yourself back, sir. We got to hold you accountable. Good day to you, Trigger Mike Show. What are your thoughts?
Oh, man, I'm just listening. You know, when I hear PH Diva speaking with such passion, I got to come. I was like, she going to say something, I got to attack. But I'm literally like 30, 45 seconds in. I heard the word competency.
Right now, she is speaking with great conviction and with a whole lot of common sense.
What is it? What's the topic, though, man? Good day to everybody. Good day to the
pretty much talking about Ebony K. Williams. What's up, man?
Yes, I gotta put that in the title. Yes, right now we are talking about Ebony K. Williams and how she doubled down from the bus thing to saying that successful, beautiful, in shape, charismatic, common sense, intellectual woman.
Yeah,
the one that all these men are saying that they want. They are having the most difficult time finding suitable men because they are telling the men that are in their lane that no, you have more options and you should not settle down. You should go out there and get the girl that work at the ice cream shop.
Okay, so I mean, God, I've done so many shows on this, man. Let me break it down, I guess, to the level of those women. So kudos to those women for doing what they do, but there is one drawback to being a successful woman. There are drawbacks. You know what I mean? There are trade-offs with everything. You can't look at the dating market and the dating game the same as a successful man does. So the reality of the situation is most successful men are married to successful women. They're married to their intellectual equal. They're married
Thank
to
you.
somebody who is
Hold on,
competitive.
Trigger Mike. Hold on. Say that one more time.
Most men who are successful are married to a woman of the same caliber, basically. The only difference is you have to look at the characteristics of these men. They married them early. By 30 years old, those men are usually married. So what these women did was wait. They waited. You see, so they can't possibly get the same outcomes as a successful man when that man decided to put his life together early. He didn't just say, I'm going to do this first. He did it all at the same time. And that is something that I realize is going on with these women, is saying they can't find suitable men. But you also say somebody pissed in the dating pool after 30. Why didn't you consider doing it all at the same time? All right. So yeah, that's one thing I'll say.
I think the problem is that that's as and the way how you word it at the same time as well is a very is the part that we are not diving into enough. We got to delve into that more. What do that mean at the same time? Because most people don't understand that what we are saying, or what I believe that you are saying, so you can correct me, is that when we say that at the same time, he found his wife in this college, they both graduate, and they both, I was saying this earlier, they both elevating their careers together. And at some point they realize that one of us going to have to say, you keep going that way and I'm going to take care of the family. So this is how it happens at the same time. So now he's making this crazy amount of money and she is having this beautiful soccer mom wife type of lifestyle. Is how it happens at the same time. It's not necessary that he is able to do both, because the problem is that you can do both at the same time. No, both of y'all got to make a decision, and one of y'all is going to have to shoot for the moon, and the other one's going to have to take care of the family, whoever that is. If you are comfortable, if you are the man that's comfortable with your woman taking it because she has so much more financial potential than you, you better be a man with strong mind and sound, because it ain't going to be easy for you, because you're going to get a lot of bullshit from the outside world saying that you ain't this and you ain't that, and you can't let that ego that happen from the outside world affect your life and your relationship in the inside world.
Hey, Sharon, you're 100% correct with what you just said, but the problem with women like Ebony K. Williams is that they want to focus on that career. The most important thing that you could give your husband or your kids is your time. She doesn't have the time, because whenever she conquers a certain obstacle in her career, she's ready to jump to the other one, and that's what a lot of women do. And like I said, there's nothing bad with having
like y'all be speaking like y'all inside women's head. There are a lot of women who would be deemed successful who don't have to travel and bop around, different places. They in one place. They have tons of time. They work their little 40 hours and they go to fuck home and then do their real life, right? And so, all this conjecture and frankly speculation and just making shit up is just kind of wild to me, because you are a woman, so you don't know.
So you're trying to first of all, wait, I'm not gonna go with you right now in this situation, okay? But hold on for a second. Ebony K. Williams is in the entertainment industry, so she does do a lot of traveling to go from one place to the other.
But you made a general statement about successful women. You didn't say Ebony K. Williams. If you said that, I would have let you live. But we are speaking about
Ebony K. Williams.
Well,
no, but
we are speaking about the three other women. The three other women on the panel are also in the entertainment industry. I don't know. There's one lady I really don't know who she is. You made a
general statement. Successful women don't just refer to those 4 women on that panel.
All right, let me jump in here real quick. PhD, I got a question. Do you believe women can actually have it all?
Yes.
Ooh.
So,
and that's the problem.
So no, hold on. What it actually boils down to be in real life is that women can't have it all at the same time. That's none of us can have it all at the same time. And God damn,
why you coming here with all this noise, bro?
Yeah, why you coming here? We having a very decent conversation. So what ends up happening? Let's take the word successful woman out and use the word ambitious. There is actually in a marriage and in like a family situation where men and women are together, and then you start to have responsibilities. Everybody's ambition cannot fit at the same time in a situation. Sharon, you remember the other day I told you, let's stop talking about ambition like it just happens in a vacuum. Your ambition puts pressure on the other person.
On other
My
person.
ambitions put pressure on my wife. I told her, I said, in 1 year, I'm going to be making 5 figures from YouTube. That was an ambition. She had to take the kids, bathe them by herself with no interaction from me while I lived on this thing for a year straight. Guess what? I made 5 figures on YouTube. You see what I'm saying? That's an ambition. Your ambition puts pressure on your partner. All right. So these women are extremely ambitious. And I don't see a lot of men who are smart wanting to sign up for that type of pressure, right? Because getting with a woman like Ebony K. Williams is like saying, I want to marry a woman I will never see. I want to marry a woman that literally deprioritizes me. And one of the issues with, the way they talk and the way they carry themselves is you basically, all men know, no matter what book you follow, people say you should put your spouse first. We already know women don't do that. They put their children first. So a man is signing up to be second already. And most men deal with that. We live with that, right? I'm signing up to be second place. In these type of women's lives, the way they talk about their careers and shit, that you actually signing up for third place. And no man is really gonna do that. They like, this woman is so career driven. That's all she likes to talk about. It's her favorite subject. Then we're gonna have children. She's gonna put them before me too. So I'm signing up to be in third place at best. It doesn't make sense.
Well, Trigger Mike, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for a man who black woman coming to speak on these black women, because we understand that we're not qualified to speak on black women. Nah, let's talk about an ace as an ace. I was hoping me and Sharon could have this conversation, but I have this conversation with all y'all. Like, anytime we tell women that they have to get what they qualify for, they automatically look at it as settling. Every time we say, well, this is what you qualify for, this is what you got to get. Oh, I must be settling, I must be this. Nah, you just don't meet the qualifications. Why do y'all believe that women cannot accept that they don't qualify for the men that they want? Because that's what it really comes down to.
Okay. Give me a minute, because I'm gonna try to approach this in a way that I normally wouldn't approach it. So give me a minute to think.
All right, I'm gonna give you the minute, and then on the other.
Oh, I wasn't talking to you, Sweetie Pie. I was actually talking to Sharon.
I know, but I gave you a minute too. Don't worry.
No,
if
you need a minute, you don't need to give me anything, honey. Because the simple fact of the matter is, what woman would be unfortunate enough to qualify for your fat ass? That's the simple fact of the matter.
Oh yeah, that's what I like. See,
right,
Sharon,
here we go. Right, here we
Sharon,
go. And I tried to let you live, sir.
I'm glad, Sharon. That's why I was doing them push-ups, Sharon. You see now, Sharon, nigga done lost 25 pounds. What they gonna say once I lose this weight, Sharon? Yeah!
Congrats,
they gonna
but
say-
you need to lose a lot more than 25 pounds. When you
Don't worry.
225 pounds, then come talk to us, bro.
That's the whole point. My fat ass got a woman. I ain't complaining like these black women. No,
ain't nobody. It's not hard to get an Asian woman. Prostitution is a part of their culture. So if you got the money, they got the time, baby. So what are you talking about?
Listen,
Sucky,
it's not hard.
Long time, remember?
Saran, listen, it's not hard to get an Asian woman. It's actually it's hard to get a black woman. A black woman is the hard one to get. Huh? Okay. Yeah, we triggering these black hoes. They mad now. They mad because those fat.
You clearly are delusional. That's the
yeah,
thing.
You're right. I'm a delusional.
I'm so sorry for that woman. I really feel sorry for her to have to look at you.
Yeah.
Coming out of the shower. I feel sorry for you having to look at you coming out of the shower.
I am a delusional, fat, rich man. Delusional. And I'm the delusional one. Nah, what really happened is y'all hoes can't get who y'all want, and y'all gotta shame us. Y'all gotta talk about who we is. These hoes so mad. Yeah, these hoes mad. Yeah.
Let's
Let's talk about why nobody wants your ugly ass. Let's
He
talk
mad.
about the truth.
Oh, please
Why?
tell me, because I'm up here ghosting a nigga right now. So please tell me why.
Oh yeah, you right. A
Uh-oh.
nigga
Uh-oh.
digging you down wouldn't even commit to you. See, you gotta commit to these
Absolutely
black
not.
hoes.
The man never
That's
touched
not
me.
what
I
you
They
won't
said.
even
All
agree to
right.
go to
All
lunch
right.
with
you,
him.
Okay. All
you
right.
ain't
All right.
gotta commit
Right.
to him.
Hey, hold
I
on.
bet he digging her out. Look at her.
The
She got her
difference
Hold on.
somebody
between me
on
and
the
you,
couch
you
digging
can
that
Hold on.
thing
speculate and
out.
make shit up, but I'm telling the God's honest truth. And anybody who's watching and listening and who knows who you are knows that I'm telling the truth. Now you can make up whatever fantastic story you can come up with, but I'm gonna stick to the truth, sir.
I
You
done
can go
triggered
spend
him.
your ass
This,
free today.
this,
Hold on. Hold
see,
on.
Go
Hold on,
Sharon,
spend
Eden,
your
man.
this
ass
is
Hold on.
free today.
Hold on,
Sharon.
Eden.
This how you hold these black women accountable. Hold them accountable,
Can't hold
Sharon.
nobody.
Go ahead, Sharon.
All right,
Go
hold on,
ahead,
hold
Sharon.
on, hold on. All right, I got you. So hold on. How are we? How I want to know this. Then says we're gonna have a little caveat. Then we're gonna get back to the topic. How is talking bad about black women is holding her accountable?
I got it. So listen, what she started the insults first, and for years, black men had said, you know what? We gonna just let them talk to us any kind of way. I'm holding her accountable. Her calling me fat, she calling me all this stuff.
That's the
I ain't
truth,
said
not
nothing.
an
Hold on,
insult. The
no,
truth can never
so,
be an insult. The truth just is.
ma'am,
It's just the truth,
ma'am,
sir.
I got you,
Sir,
ma'am.
it's the
TH. I
truth.
got you.
Stop me when I stop lying,
Ma'am,
baby.
hold on, ma'am. Then he asked another man a question.
Stop me when
I
I start
know,
lying, sir.
I know it's hard for you to wait your turn because y'all black hoes is unruly. But listen, he
Uh-huh.
he
Yeah,
asked a
and your mama.
question to me.
Stop me when I start lying, though.
So exactly, this what happened, and you know I came up here to show you before I get off here, Sharon. This why we don't choose them. They unruly. They
Thank
they,
you,
they
sir.
don't follow leadership.
Thank you, sir.
They just out here.
Wonderful. Black
Woo!
women, I just saved y'all
God
from
damn.
this motherfucker.
Hey, listen. The black woman said.
Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you this.
That's what PhD was said. She said she is just telling the truth. Bye, Edie, man. You got 20 minutes. That means you can come back at 10:56. Oh my
How can we shame?
goodness.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Yo, that
Shout out
man
to
got-
Tony Golden. He said, Edie, man wins again. The win streak is crazy.
yo, that
Isn't marriage supposed to be the goal? So how are we shaming somebody that's married? I don't get it.
man, it's YouTube,
Well,
man.
she
Shit that ain't
wasn't.
supposed to happen.
Well,
Happen here all the
Wait.
time.
Who you
she
talking to?
wasn't
Who's
shaming.
addressing
She wasn't
me?
shaming him for marriage. She was shaming him for other things.
I wasn't shaming him. I was just pointing out the obvious, the truth. And see, this is the thing. It literally is the truth. Okay, great. He might have a little bit of money, but money only take you so far with some women, right?
Be quiet, PhD. But you know, money is your whole thing. You will throw
No, it's
that.
not, honey. If
Yes,
that was
it
the case,
is.
I would be with the old nigga who was a millionaire. I'm sorry. I do not like old men. I don't like overweight men. I go to the gym. I, try to live a certain lifestyle. And so that type of compatibility is important to me. And I really just despise old men. They lecherous to me. So, no. So there are some things that, money's not the only thing. Money is just the thing that y'all can't seem to get in most instances.
Goddamn.
Woo!
You just like throwing these daggers, boy. You like throwing these daggers.
All right, back to the conversation.
Hates diva.
It's
What happened? I didn't
impossible.
hear what he said. What did he say?
No, I say shout out to you because you be throwing those nice little cute daggers like.
She'll be 99% factual that it's
and
dagger.
a nice
You
tone.
niggas broke.
Okay, back to the conversation. It's impossible for a woman to have everything. You got to give up something. Men give up stuff also.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
you have to go.
Anything in life. If you want to be a wife, there's certain things you got to do. The type of you got to be attracted, or you got to get yourself together for the type of man that you want. The type of man that you want to be attracted to you. You can't just live your life. Then in your late 30s, okay, I'm ready to settle down. That man might want you. So that's why when we say it's always best for women to find that husband in their 20s, a lot of women want to get upset, but it's the God honest truth, because at that time, most likely you're not going to have any kids, so that you'll be more attracted to that guy that you're looking for.
I mean, look, man, I think what it really comes down to, because I'm very invested in this topic, right? As a married man in the community, I can't tell you how many people kind of solicit advice from us, men and women alike. Now that I'm on YouTube and stuff, it'll be in your Instagram DMs like, look, man, I just got a question. And people come to you sincerely wanting to know what can they do to achieve kind of normalcy in their life, right? Even if they were out in the streets, eventually they're going to look at you while you're out with your kids, while you're out at brunch with your wife, and they're going to be like, God damn, that shit look pleasant, don't it? Let me go ahead and see what I got to do to get these type of this situation for myself. And I'm realizing that men are not naturally attracted to the overworked woman, like that career driven woman. We want smart women, we want accomplished women, but it works better when we built that together, right? And the sole focus of our ambition is the betterment of our family, not our individual selves. That is the only distinction I can make, because what I think some women are doing is say, I've made myself all of these things. Why aren't men attracted to it? But we were never attracted to it when you really think about it. We had appreciation for everything we've built as an individual, as a family, as we've built as a unit. And remember, when you build it as a unit, it's built around each other. It's built around each other's schedules. It works within the family dynamic. I did this job so you could do that job. I started this business when you were working nights. You see what I'm saying? So it's a cohesive effort. And when you realize that women have built themselves so selfishly, right? That it's my schedule, my conference, my this.
Facts,
Who's going to want to join your schedule? No, it's like we create things together. We work out things together, and it makes it a lot more tolerable at the end for both parties. But I'm telling you right now, like I got sisters, I got cousins, wildly ambitious women that waited till some of them are 40 now and they ain't got no man, and they're acting like they did nothing wrong. And I think they're starting to see now that you built your life on your own. Nobody wants to come join your program, and it's kind of sad.
And about to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Brownsville, New York, shout out to you. He says, hey, yo, Sharon, you can't allow this type of disrespect towards black women on your show. Peace and love.
Hey, Sharon, can I say something real quick?
Yes.
One of the issues that I have,
before you go ahead and say that, I also want to do this as well. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hey, Heather. Oh, hold on. Heather Queen. This is my first time seeing you. How you doing? The Heathen. Oh, okay. The Heathen Queen. She dropped down. Okay. Hopefully, I think that was, I don't know what that was. Okay, go ahead, Ronald.
all right. One of the issues that I have with a lot of the women in their 40s or even 50s is that they give, like, a lot of these younger women bad information. They never tell them what they did wrong. They always want to say, oh, it's a lack of men, when there's not a lack of men. Like I said, some of these women are just not wife material. Some of these women, they don't have a good foundation. Some of these women, if a good man see them, they're like, no, I can't deal with this for the rest of my life. This is not the type of woman that I want to bring home to my for my parents to see, or even my siblings to see. Like I said, they always bash the men, but like I said, anything you need to be successful in life, you have to look yourself in the mirror. Why didn't you accomplish this thing? Just like if you was working a degree, why didn't you get that degree? Because you didn't work hard enough. You can't blame, a lot of times people want to blame the teacher or blame somebody else, right? It's the same thing when it comes to relationships. Why am I 40 years old and I don't have a husband? Because there is something that I did wrong. It's not because there's a lack of men. It's something that I did wrong. Like I said, and I always tell people, when I met my girlfriend, eventually became my wife, I was 29 years old, about to buy my first house. Okay, I had no children. And that's one of the reasons why she was attracted to me. Because like I said, I'm a regular guy. I'm 29 years, about to buy my first house. So she saw something in me. If I had four kids,
she's seen you at the real estate office? What you mean? What you mean?
No, when I met her.
You get to that.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Omega Dreads Damon Channel. Just be selfish, isolated, above, and nobody to share. Woo, that's a lot. I also want to welcome to the stage the beautiful Happy. How you doing?
Hi,
Hey,
good
Happy.
day, good day. Hey, PhD, but hi, everybody.
Oh, she
Thank
got
you for
back up
Hello.
now.
having
She got
me.
back up now.
How you
She
doing?
got back up now.
Thank
Can
you
I
for having me.
You're
can I
Hey,
add
welcome.
something?
And also, I need about let me see, I be likes I need because y'all be slacking. I need 50 more likes, so make sure that happens. We need 50 more likes. So Ron, so what do you mean? So before we go, because more voices want to be heard. So how did she know you was buying the house?
No, when we first met, when we first met, I had an apartment. Then, like about 2 weeks later, I was actually looking for houses. I had it planned a long time ago.
So she knew you from before.
No, she didn't want. No, we just met each other, and like about a couple of weeks after that, I was house
That's what I
hunting.
mean. Where did you meet?
We
How did
met
y'all
in
meet?
we met at a music store.
Oh, just a random
So
place.
yeah, we just exchanged phone numbers and stuff. Then eventually we started meeting.
So she
and-
hollered at, so she hollered at you.
Yeah, she saw me. She hollered at me at a music store.
That's
That's why. You remember we had this conversation before? Hey, if you see a man you like, hey, nothing wrong with hollering at him. Nothing's wrong with that.
Hey, listen, hey, ladies. Clearly, men do not say no. So if you like them, you go get them. It's easy. So it's easy.
And also, one of the things, like my goal, like I said, my parents been married for 50 years.
Is her name Simone?
No,
Oh, okay.
my parents been married for 50 years, so I've always wanted to be a husband. So I put my life in a way that I will eventually become a husband, right? I never wanted to have any outside children, right? I never wanted to have.
And she made you one? Because it's kind of like the Simone Biles story a little bit.
What you mean by that?
She chased him down, she did some backflips, and she said she made him, she
she
made
didn't.
him the husband of Simone Biles. People don't know her as the wife of whatever his name is. They know him as,
I don't know about that. But what I'm trying to say is that even we as men, we have to do the work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know if I had 4 kids and 3 baby mamas out there, it'll be harder for me to find a certain caliber of woman. Just like if I was in and out of jail, it will be harder for me to get a certain type of women. So we all have to do the work, not just women. I know we like to bash. I know women think we bash them all the time, but even as a man, whatever we want to do in life, we also have to focus on it and do the job also and do the work also.
Can I add something to what Ronald said real quick? One of the things we're going to start doing in this space, and all of us need to do it, because I've heard everybody actually give eloquent and very detailed definitions. We have to start redefining the word husband and wife for like a more modern, so people can understand it. Because if we're using old biblical definitions, people will always find a way to reject that. And what I realize is that a wife, just like Ronald said, some people, I don't even want to use the term wife material. Some women aren't prepared for that role. Some men aren't prepared for the role of husband. And it's getting pushed out later and later now to where people are preparing themselves. You remember the other day when we said men need to die of the flesh daily? That's a husband characteristic. You got to be willing
Actually,
to say,
I said that we didn't
oh,
say
yes,
that.
you did. And it's like, damn, I really have to do that. Every single thing that is enticing me, I got to put it away. It literally becomes secondary, if not tertiary, to the needs of my family, right? Then you realize, why don't we have the same qualification for women? I think women need to die of selfish desire daily in order to qualify as a wife. So
That's not what the Bible
no,
says, though.
but that's why I said we need to understand how it really works. A woman who has selfish desire and is extremely prone to giving in to selfish desire, that's not a wife, right? So if we're talking about what it takes to run a family, it takes a man who is willing to die of the flesh daily and a woman who is willing to die of selfish desire daily. That's all a Proverbs 31 woman is. That's it. But,
Hey, Happy, what's up? What is your thoughts? You didn't share your thoughts. Yes, what's your thoughts, Happy?
I think that okay, I want to start with Ronald. When I came on, he was talking, and all I heard was absolutely nothing. And what Trigger Mike was just saying, all I heard was I don't agree because we're not redefining marriage just because other people, like you said, oh, they're gonna reject it. So what? Why do you care what other people are rejecting about marriage? Worry about your marriage. Like that's what we should be doing, right? Like you just said, the men need to die their flesh daily, and you said the women need to blah blah blah. If that's how you're doing it in your marriage, cool, right? But talking about, oh, I think we need to redefine the word marriage. No, we don't need to redefine the word marriage. We need to redefine y'all thought process. That's what I think. And we're gonna start back at the top with Ronald. All of that crap you were just saying about the woman, right? You contradicted yourself at the end because you turned it back around. First of all, if the woman is not for you, the woman is not for you. You don't get to choose and pick how a woman behaves, especially a woman who's not yours. You are a married man. Worry about your wife. How about that? Because it says a man find him a wife, right? If you found your wife and your good thing, then you keep it there, baby. You shouldn't be up here promoting other women to be like this and be like that. Why? They're not your wife, and they don't want to be your wife. Shit, half of them don't even want to be a side chick. So I'm trying to figure out where you going with it. You get what I'm saying?
I'm such a loser.
Not to say that either one of y'all are cheaters or anything. I'm just saying in general, like you up here, it sounds like you just preaching a woman. That's all I heard was like you just keep talking about women, talking about women. Talk about the men.
Didn't I just talk about the men just now? Didn't I put it back on me that men got to do the work also?
It was my goal, and I came in with you talking, Ronald. Don't try to cut me off, Ronald. I did not cut you off, sir. I'm respecting everybody on the panel, sir. I'm just saying, I just can't get with that stuff. I can't get jiggy with that shit. I'm sorry.
Hey, can I say
something
real quick?
Yes, we're gonna go Ronald, PhD Diva. If you want to talk, and we're gonna go Truth because he's been patient as well. So Ronald and PhD Diva, and then Truth. Go.
All right. One thing about me, I don't take any sides. I take the side of the truth. All right. I don't put all the blame on the women, and I sure as hell don't put all the blame on the men. All right. I did put it back to the men. I said I wanted to be a husband. So I knew there were certain things that I had to do in order to find a wife.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm not talking about that at the end. I'm talking about all of that stuff you said before that. We could rewind and chase back later. It doesn't matter. You kept saying the woman is the woman need to be this, the woman in this. You said that stuff at the end, that part you're talking about.
Yes.
So all that before that, when I walked in, when I came in, right, you were talking about the woman. That's before you mentioned how you met your wife and all that at the record store. So please do not try to conflate the two. Thank you.
So when I say that men and women need to do the work in order to find whatever goal they need, I mean, so why are you forgetting the last thing that I said and just want to say the first thing I said? It all goes together.
Because I was waiting a long time to speak, sir. I waited my turn. So am I not supposed to talk about he asked me my thoughts, and I'm trying to give my thoughts. What is your issue? I addressed both the beginning and the end of what you said, sir.
My issue is nothing that I said was wrong.
I even know the order. Remember, I'm the one who just told you that was the last thing you said. So please believe me, I listened to everything you said, baby. I took notes. It's just too bad you don't want to remember what you said in the beginning.
So the last thing I said, do you agree or disagree with it?
You were talking about the woman in the beginning. Because I know what you said at the end. We already discussed that, sir. But what I'm saying is what you were talking about in the beginning when I came in, you were talking about the woman, right?
You talking about Ebony K Williams?
And a woman this and a woman that and a woman that. You was going off, sir. So I'm just saying, you said it out of your mouth. What's the problem?
Okay. So tell me what was wrong. If I said that women, if you want to be a wife, you got to do the work. What is wrong with that? What did I say that's wrong?
Excuse me, is that all you said? Because I'm pretty sure you said much more than that. And first of all, if you want to be a husband, you have to do the work too. That goes without saying. There's nothing to say wrong about that. There was nothing wrong with that at all. But you know everything else you said. So you see, this is what I'm saying. See, you guys like to sit up here and just hear so speak. But then when somebody's actually listening to you, right, and letting you know what you said was, then it's a problem. Now it's, what's wrong with this part? No. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with that part, sir. We know that already.
Tell me what I said in the beginning that you disagree with. No problem. Tell me what I said in the beginning.
You everything else. Because everything was what you were saying was the woman is the woman. And like I said, you as the man, you should be talking to the men. Don't tell the women what they need to be doing. They are not your wives and or your wife, sir.
Okay, so
you don't need to be worried about them. First of all, that's number one, but that's just my opinion, right? So let me ask a question. You don't need to tell first of all, why are you worried about what they are doing? Why are you worried about what they are doing?
So okay,
if that's not a part of your job, I'm just saying.
This is the reason.
No, because this is the thing, right? If you're already married, right, and you're already this and you're already that, and blah 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 blah, right? So why are you? I mean, it's not affecting you, is it?
All right.
My point was why I don't agree with you. You cannot be upset because somebody doesn't agree with you. I don't agree with what you said. I'm a woman, and if I don't agree with you, oh well. I'm not worried about your feelings. I'm just telling you now.
Okay.
About to be a situation.
Omega Dress Gaming Channel. I got you, Ronald. Leave those that have pushback on their own life. Whew, that's harsh. Go ahead.
All right. This is the thing that really makes me laugh about when we come on these panels, right? For some reason, I'm not talking about you, Happy, right? I see a lot of times the women.
I don't care if you do talk about me. I'm just letting you know for future reference.
Happy. I don't come on these panels to fight with anyone. All right. When I see all the time women who are not in successful situations, and even men who are not in successful situations when it comes to relationships, they get to talk all the time. A lot of times, you know. The men who are successfully married, a lot of times we just sit back and just listen, and for the most part, we are quiet, right?
You know what? You are so right. You are so right. And I'm so glad you mentioned that, because that was one of the things that pissed me off that you were talking about. You said, oh no, the women shouldn't do this. And now, oh wait, they should wait until they get married. And then y'all all build it together. No, she can build her own stuff before she gets married. That was one of the main things. But you know what? I was trying not to bring up points, but since you want to keep bringing it back, because remember, now you remember, because before you didn't remember what you were saying, right? And this is one of the main things. How you going to fucking tell somebody, some woman, right? Oh no, well, guess what? Y'all better not get married. Don't start your business before you get married now. Oh no, you should wait till you get married, and then y'all could just build that together. Hell no. Let her be successful on her own if she wants to be successful on her own. Why does she have to wait for a man to gain success? To be successful in life? Absolutely freaking not.
Let me get in there, Ron.
And then you say, well, she should get married.
Virginia State.
I could go down the line of everything you said, but I was trying to avoid this. Now, mind you, I don't come up here to fight either. But I'm telling you how I feel, and I told you you're wrong. Okay? You don't tell me, oh, well, get married in their 20s. No, you said you met her when you were 29 or whatever, right? Okay, that's cool. But so what? What if her husband meets her when she's 30? Should she not marry him? Like, you make no sense. The stuff you were saying, I'm just sorry. It's tired. It's sad. But whatever, we're grown, right? You're married, so you shouldn't be worried about it anyway. You shouldn't take any offense to it.
Not at all.
Also, I want to say we need 50 more likes. Let's get the likes up. Let's get to 100. Also, Easy Money Jones, he says, what can you do to prepare to be a husband? I think this is a valid question. I want to hear some answers. Trigger might have some things to say before, but I know Ronald wanted to rebuttal. We're supposed to still hold the line of Ronald, PH Diva, Truth is Love, Trigger Mike. Let's attempt it. Go ahead.
So Happy.
Go ahead, Trigger Mike.
Happy, you said.
I'm sorry. Wait, he just said Ronald, PhD, but then Trigger Mike.
I thought he said
are you
Trigger
going,
Mike.
or are you conceding your time?
It's okay. I concede my time to Trigger Mike. That's my Virginia State buddy.
You're not conceding him because you're not finna let him jump me.
Yeah, I was reading. Look, my bad. I was reading the chat, and all I heard was Trigger Mike. My bad.
All right. So, previously, okay. So it's in these spaces that people will say, and I know I heard Trigger Mike say it before. how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I think a lot, most people would probably agree with that.
I don't think I said that.
However, yes, you did. Yes, you have. Nevertheless,
but go ahead. Make the point.
Today, but I have heard you say that, Trigger Mike. Nevertheless, okay, so we don't agree
not
with
like
that now.
Not like that, but I'll probably understand once you make the ultimate point.
All right, but so previously, Ronald suggested that if we as women see a man that we like, go holler at him. Now, what you're telling women is to step out of the traditionally female role and become the initiator, right? Initiation is actually a masculine trait, right? And so, but then when she gets into a relationship with that man, then we expect her to fall back and not be the initiator and not be out front and lead. So that's just kind of contradictory. I just want y'all to pick a narrative and stick with it. Nevertheless, we talked about Black women, getting married. There's, if she can't find a man, she, just not wife material. Not all women want to get married. That's not one thing. But also, there's about 2 million more Black women than Black men, right? So simply from a numbers perspective, there's an imbalance there. So everybody wouldn't be able to get one of those Black men. Then if we factor in, incarceration rates and all that other foolishness, the number becomes even smaller. So I just want us to keep that in mind. And then the thing that I think men need to understand is that a lot of times it's y'all's wives that aren't good ambassadors for marriage, right? They're telling us all the foolishness they have to deal with on a day-to-day. And so it makes it unattractive to a lot of women, increasingly, right? If you go over to Reddit, they have a section of Reddit that's called "Am I the A-hole?" And you can see a lot of women asking, am I the a-hole for not letting a man subject them to all type of ridiculousness, right? One lady said that she let her boyfriend live with her. She owned a duplex. She didn't tell him she owned the duplex. When the tenant came up and said, hey, something was broken, I fixed it, I'm gonna just take it out to rent, and she agreed. The boyfriend got upset, telling her, you should have told me, and now you're a greedy landlord, and to absolve yourself, you need to give me half of what you earn from your tenant.
I mean, it was kind of found that because he was paying half the rent as well, right?
No, she wasn't charging him.
Oh, she wasn't charged that he don't got no fight. Yeah. Okay.
Right. And so all of that, as crazy as that is, the craziest part to me was the fact that the woman actually came to Reddit and was like, am I the a-hole for not giving him half of my money? What? Right. So I think these women in these relationships with y'all, the ones who do qualify, the ones who, are XYZ 1, 2, 3, and the third, they're the ones who are saying like, okay, I did all this stuff the way they said I'm supposed to do it, and this is the result I got. And so a lot of women are saying no. And then you also have the men coming up there, telling what they did to the woman and asking, now how can I get her back? So I think a lot of times y'all need to be telling your wives to be better ambassadors for this institution and make it look quote unquote sexy. So not in a sexy way, but but make it look attractive.
That is a great point, PJ. A lot of people are not making this marriage partnership life look appeasing at all. Either on one side, it look like the woman is just doing everything and the man just kick his feet up and drink a beer. And then on the other side, it look like the man is just working day and night. All's my life, I has to fight. And then he come home, he gets no respect. The kid says, fuck you, daddy. We don't know you. Who are you? And she have a kid with some other dude across the street. And it makes it look crazy on either side of the coin. We have to stop. We got to get more successful marriages out there in the open and have the honest conversation so people can see that it have a horrible version of it and has a successful version of it, and you have to make the choice. Go ahead, Truth, and then we go Trigger Mike.
Yeah, actually, that question that came up earlier is actually a very good one, which actually perpetuates, good relationships and marriages.
This one?
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah,
how are you
to answer it? Go ahead. Let me hear that.
Yeah, how are you preparing to, be the very thing that you're looking for? You're looking for marriage. So one of the spaces that you have to occupy, especially for the man, is to be the husband. For me, I think you have to start off with being a man and understanding what that is. Understand, the title, the responsibility, your purpose, what you're here for. And then later on, you can start, for me, I went to the Bible, where marriage is actually constructed, Ephesians, Titus, First Timothy, everything that it referenced on how to be a husband. What's the objectives, what's your role, how you are supposed to function, plain and simple directives. And those things have been, basically on my heart. That's what I govern myself by. So now you will occupy three spaces: man, husband, and father. Those three things that a man should those three spaces a man will occupy over his lifetime if he is in a succession of completion. You get married, you occupy those three things. So I think you should be studying first to be a man, understanding what that is. For me, I became a man when I understood choice and consequence. I was able to make sound decisions. It's a verse in the Bible that says, God do not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And also when it talks about in Corinthians, the last thing it said, when I became a man, I put away childish things. That's the last verse in the book of love in the Bible. So all those things translated and helped me understand what a man is. And that pushed me on into becoming a husband. So yeah.
Go ahead, Trigger Mike. What are your thoughts?
Those are all
You are
factual.
getting cooked in a goddamn. Go ahead. What's your thoughts, Trigger?
I'm getting cooked as usual.
Yeah.
They're not gonna come up here and debate me though. That's what they're not gonna do. I had smoke a Happy PH Diva.
You did. You had a lot of smoke.
I had a lot of smoke. Happy, what the hell? You came up here and said you don't want to fight, and then literally took out of context and rearranged the words of both me and Ronald to make your point. Stop it. You do want to fight.
Oh, sir, you sound like you
Hey,
want
hold
to
on, hold
debate,
on, hold
sir.
on, hold on.
I
God
will
damn.
debate you because I'm already up
God
here,
damn,
sir.
Happy.
I don't
Come
want to
on.
fight, and you better speak for yourself. No, the only reason why I
Control
jumped in
yourself,
is because you
woman.
said Ronald. I would have let
Control.
you rock.
It's my
But when you
turn.
said
It's
and Ronald,
my turn.
Ronald spoke
It's
for
my
himself, sir.
turn.
You need to speak for yourself,
my
Mike. Thank
turn.
you.
It's my turn. Thank you. All right.
You lost the game.
So the one thing that I wanted to push back on is when this is what I really don't like. I don't think we see things the same as men and women. So I've heard countless women at this point say, worry about your own marriage and do things the way y'all do it. That is such a dangerous thing to say and put out into society, because what you realize is that individualistic spirit is how we got into this problem in the first place. When you realize most successful marriages look alike, and when people come and solicit advice, they're asking, how can I be like you? How can I do the things that you're doing? Right? So every successful marriage, the large majorities of successful marriages include respect, trust, understanding, cooperation. They are more alike than they are different. So when people come soliciting advice,
Excuse me.
Ma'am, come
I
on.
agree with you.
Come on.
Trigger Mike, I agree with you. I just had to let you know. I agree with you, sir. You are so right about that. But what I don't agree with is Ronald saying all the stuff he was saying, okay? About women should do this and women should do that in a marriage thing. No. See, you can't have it both ways. Because remember, sir, you just brought Ronald up in there. So that means you're taking what he says and you're agreeing with him, correct? So now you're not gonna try to flip it to, marriages look like this, successful marriages look like this. No. Not if you're taking Ronald's talking point, sir. Absolutely not. So
I got my own talking points.
No, you're gonna have it one way. You can't have it both ways, sir.
Now I'm a rewind the tape, because you definitely changed. Like, you literally change the wording of what Ronald said like 3 times, 3 different statements he made. You changed the wording to fit your narrative. But
No,
let
no,
me
no, no. I didn't have any
Happy, God,
narrative. In
God
fact,
damn it, Happy. I wasn't even done.
no, I had no, excuse me, sir. I had no narrative whatsoever. In fact, I didn't even mention anything he said in the beginning. I just said you could rewind the tapes back and listen to it. I wasn't even trying to go into details about it in the beginning. Thank you very much. But when he went back and started speaking on it again, finally, that's when I was like, yep, well, since you want to talk about it. And then that's when I mentioned some of the things he had said, sir. And he agreed with it. First of all, sir, stop
You know
speaking
what?
for that man. He knows what he said.
You
Everybody
know
knows what
what?
he said. Thank you.
How about we change the
I-
topic off of Happy because she will defend herself at all costs. God damn. Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
That's what you get for agreeing with Ronald. Don't you dare agree with Ronald
You know
anymore.
what? I don't, Ronald, you are wrong. I don't agree with you. Now
Yeah.
we'll see.
Go ahead, Trigger Mike. Do your
Moment.
best. Finish your point. We need 41
All right.
more likes. We need 41 more likes. Let's get it done.
So,
Go ahead, Trigger Mike.
I actually want to give some thoughts about what PH Diva said. And I think she's right. One of the things that a lot of women do, and it's kind of terrible when you think about it, women communicate through complaint. I have been saying this for a very long time. When I have rarely heard, especially from Black women, positive representations of marriage, because what we are doing is essentially, as in a society, we do this almost automatically. We let the good stuff just happen. We don't, when we're a part of it, when it's happening, we don't glorify it. We don't talk about it. We don't push it to the forefront. We don't exemplify it. As soon as something negative happens, we talk about it so much that we make it seem like the norm. And another thing about the women and the wives in those groups, because my wife tells me about the wife groups on Facebook, and she'll forward me that stuff all day. I haven't looked at my phone in 30 minutes. I guarantee you something is already in there from her. And what me and her talk about is that a lot of these women take their situations for granted, because a lot of the things that we have, both men and women alike, husband and wife alike, we wouldn't have without the other person. So this woman is sitting in her house, right, while her husband is at work talking shit about her marriage. But if she leaves him, they're gonna have to sell the house. The children grades will start slipping. They'll start having behavioral issues, right? So it's like the whole world is taking their situations for granted, right? Because it's like, look at where you would be if you didn't have that man. And the worst part about it, a lot of the women that you are complaining to, go ahead and divorce that man. And if he's a good man, if he's a man of his word that goes to work every day to pay for this stuff for his family, look at how those women will swarm around your man to take him as soon as you divorce his ass. So a lot of these women will come out and talk about the perils of marriage. But a lot of them aren't stupid enough to actually leave that situation themselves. They're playing a game of who suffers more.
So
yeah, well, that sucks. I think that's wrong for either side to do it, whether it's the husband or the wife. You get what I'm saying?
so
if
we
you're
have
gonna
to
just
keep
sit in
in
groups and
mind.
talk about each other.
Oh my gosh, Happy. We in a
No, I'm
time
not.
of social media, right? And so I would have to push back again that these women are just complaining about all the bad stuff, but not showing the good stuff. Again, we're in the age of social media, so they posting that the most, right? The family vacations, all this stuff. It's a woman I've known. She was with my sisters, and they're quite a bit older, but like I grew up knowing her, and now if you see her and her husband on Facebook and Instagram, you would think like, wow, she really, got it together, or she in a great situation. But me having known her for as long as I have, I be wanting to ask her, okay, now tell these women, you showing them this, but tell them how many times he done jumped on you and went across your head. How many times you done caught that MF trying to holler at other women, right? And this was in the last, I'm going to say 6 or 7 years. A family friend passed away, and my sister was down there for the funeral because that was her best friend. They called each other sisters. And he tried to holler at my sister at the wedding, right? And so the thing is, so we're not seeing a lot of the bad stuff. You got to know these women in order for them to start divulging this stuff to you, or they do the anonymity of these Reddit boards and that type of stuff. But I don't think that women are failing to show us the positive, right? So it's one couple, apparently they social media famous. I don't know who they are, but the woman is pregnant or just had a sixth child, and she had to, post and tell all their fans like, I'm finna divorce him. He been cheating from the beginning. I tried to wait it out with him. You get what I'm saying? And so there are a lot of women who are actually going through hell, but trying to present an image as if the family is great and this man is great. And it's not until it all fall apart that they showing it to us. And so again, I mean, just from the men that I know, I done seen some wild stuff, married men. And I don't know. I think everybody need to be a better ambassador. So.
All right. Going back to, okay. This is what always confuses me when I come on these panels. If the men like me who are successfully married, who've been married for a while, can't speak, who the hell gets to speak then? What is the goal here? Isn't the goal to get married and I hopefully have a successful marriage? When I was a young boy or when I was a young man, right? I listened to men who were successfully married. I took notes. My parents been married for 50 years also. They had their ups and downs. I also learned from that also. So who are you supposed to learn from?
What she's saying, Ron, is that most of the time, this is what's really happening, is that these young men are hearing from older men that say, hey, youngster, don't get married.
I don't say that. I think marriage is one of the best things you will ever do in your life, especially if you want to bring children to the world. You should bring children through your wife.
Yep. However,
I've always said that. I've always said you should be dating
people
with a purpose of marriage.
People like you need to get out there and make it look more easier for people that do not understand marriage. The problem is when people see you and you are just calm, cool, and collected, and you not being, because you had a cool place in your life, they are not gravitating towards you. They gravitate to the person that's like, and he's all being all angry and crazy. And that's what people pay attention to. And you are not in the forefront fighting the good fight of showing how marriage can be fun and great and how it's not going to make you old. Now, you don't just work until your fucking fingers fall off and you're going to have arthritis and now you can't wipe your ass and you're going to die at 65 because now you got cancer because you've been working your whole life and you didn't take care of your goddamn body. This is what young men are seeing marriage as. And on the other side, women has that same negative look on marriage as well, is what PhD, but we have to do a better job. Us married folks got to do a better job of making marriage look like it is a fun place.
So let me speak on that real quick.
It is a fun place, though.
God damn it, Happy.
Oh, come on.
I'm just joking with you, Happy. You all right with me? We got to do a better job of that, of course. But there's also a few other factors in it. I think this is the definition of insanity that's going on today. A lot of us keep doing the same thing, trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Pause. But
that's not the definition.
Hold on. No. I'm sorry. No. I know the definition of insanity.
Could not allow that to go by.
We're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, and we're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Right now, men and women have different issues. So men seem to be afraid of marriage, but what they're actually afraid of is divorce.
No, that is not true.
Men are afraid of divorce.
They cannot be afraid of divorce. The problem is they can't be. Because if they look at the statistics wise, most men do not suffer from divorce. They're not suffering. They're not suffering. The only ones that are visible to men are the ones that are suffering because they are insufferable and they are miserable and misery loves company. So they tend to get more people that are miserable. They come on these spaces and talk bad about women all day, every fucking day, 24/7. Like things like you cannot jump on YouTube talking about submission and women need to endure every fucking day of the fucking week. We gotta stop that shit.
You didn't let me make my film. I'm sorry. Changing my words around. I never get to make my point. But the women in my family, they're like, all right, I need to figure out some stuff. And what I've heard some of the women tell them is that women are going through their own crisis that will affect them in marriage. And some of it has nothing to do with men. And I think we kind of touched on it in that work arena, right? Where it's like, how much are you willing to sacrifice for your family? Because your ambition is supposed to take a back seat to your family.
See, Trigger
right?
Mike,
So
this is the real problem. This kind of conversation, this talks right here. This is the problem.
yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. So, and what I've noticed on on the women's side is that there is an imbalance, right? A lot of the stuff that women were told by their mothers and grandmothers, it was an experiment, right? Do all of this for yourself, and then you can just pick it back up later, and you can get the husband and the kids. And it's kind of proven to be not true. Their life is balanced incorrectly, right? They have done and built themselves into all of these. Into great people, into formidable workers, and all of that. Just like Happy said, a woman can be successful without a husband, but then success might be her focus. Have you given any time into learning how to be a companion? Right? Because most people are terrible at that now. After one disagreement that lasts more than a week, the relationship is over. Right? So people haven't learned how to cooperate with someone, sacrifice, seek understanding. Right? We're all great workers. We're all great in the workforce, but none of us are really great in the home. And it's a lot of imbalance going on between men and women about where they focus their energy, and that's why their marriage and relationships ultimately suffer.
The simple fact, though, is I think women have come to the realization that in the vast majority of circumstances, they are going to have to do most of the heavy lifting, right? So most women, if you're going to be with a man, you're going to have to work, right? You got to work outside the home, even if you work from home, and so you have that. Plus, most women are still going to provide the bulk of the child care. And so they call it, two jobs, right? Having two jobs. So the women go to work and then they come home and start their second job because they're going to do most of the house work, most of the cooking, that type of stuff in most instances. And so I think what many women are asking for is some balance, right? So I think we talk about what women need to do to be wives, but we don't spend enough time talking about what men need to do to be husbands, for the simple fact that now y'all will say that men are supposed to be providers and protectors. Most Black men, and I said this a couple days ago, don't put enough thought, effort, time into choosing their vocation, right? And so if they were cognizant of the fact that, hey, I'm going to have a family and I got to be able to provide for them, then they would be making different, better decisions in that regard. And then you can lift some of that part of the responsibility off that woman. And then she has more time to focus on those children and the home and being all those things that y'all say a wife should be. But like the double, yeah, you ain't gonna, And so for a lot of women, we recognize that, okay, being a wife, you gonna have double the responsibility, right?
All right. So yeah, I'm sorry.
And I think also what needs to be said about this whole divorce thing and how men are scared of getting divorced. So this is what women are afraid of when they get married, right? When they get married, women are afraid of unmet needs, deficient life work balance, husband's unfaithfulness, alcohol addiction, physical and emotional violence. They need better support systems and fewer regrets. That's what they are concerned about when they get married. So that is what makes women stray away.
I 100% agree, and this is why
Broaden is correct.
Yeah, we need to talk about the imbalance. So, to PhD Diva's point, this is something that I've heard a lot of women say, and I've heard it so many times that I can't neglect it, I can't reject it, right? But what I also realize is that a lot of women need to stop saying that they're going to do two jobs when the job of mother, you need to fully accept the role of mother, is the front loaded part of your job. Meaning, I can be there physically, but the children are still physically dependent on you, right? More as a mom, meaning they want to be up under your breast, they want to be up under your armpit, right? If I try to help my wife and say, look, leave the kids downstairs with me, go upstairs and take a nap, I think I started vacuuming. I turned around, the kids were gone, and went into the bed with her, right? It's like they want to be up under you so much that's why it seems like you can't get a break as a mom. And where I think The fix comes
Right,
in
but
is
Trigger
that
Mike, we're not asking y'all to give us a break as a mom. We saying take some of this work responsibility off
no.
us. Go out
Like,
there, get
that's
the
where
money, and let us be
that's where I'm
mothers.
about to land this. This is why I've changed my rhetoric from stop making excuse, that type of shit, because that was the African in me, to me starting to realize that, because I'm a very involved father, right? I'm pretty sure I spent more time with my kids than my wife has, but I realize this is a result of the single family model. It doesn't work. And please don't think I'm saying nuclear family. The single family model is extremely hard on women in the beginning. And that's why marriages, I think, only last 5 to 7 years. The multi-family model is what works. I think that every single family would benefit from an in-law living with them, right? Because if we look at everything we're asking of men and women, it's all counterproductive. If women are concerned about finances, then men should live at work. If women are concerned about men taking a portion of the household duties, then I can't be at work if I'm in the house. You see what I'm saying? So it's like all of these complaints that we have are counterproductive to another thing that we're asking for in the relationship. And if we wanted to, this is why I'm open to my brother saying he wants to move here and buy a homestead. Because it's like if we merge our families, somebody's always in the house, dinner is always cooked, the house is always clean. We have your mom here folding clothes, right? We don't have to spend all this money. So it's just like, I think women would benefit from a different model. I'm not talking about polygamy like most people do, but making sure that we figure out a way to get you the support. Moms need hella support. So we need to figure out how to get them that support.
And I think we
Thank
like
you. And
you're
I also
talking about the
wanna,
extended family.
before you go, PhD, but I also want to welcome to the stage the Heatherin Queen. Good day. Good to see you.
Hello, it's Heathen Queen.
Heathen Queen, I apologize.
That's a heathen.
Heathen.
That's a heathen.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to my girl, Robin M. She says, black men don't stand on anything. Y'all shame women for having degrees and out earning you.
Out learning you. Out earning you. You're right.
It looked like it's, but out earning you the way
He
I
believe.
did. Then you asking for 50-50 and shaming women for wanting providers. Which is it?
Robin M is absolutely correct. And I'm telling you which one it is. Men should be paying 100%.
Damn, and I also want to welcome to the stage Yorogato.
That's pretty good.
Who the hell is that? What the hell was that?
Arigato me, thank you.
Did you get that from Kill Bill?
Hey, so before we go ahead, I want to get the Hithering Queens. I want to get her thoughts. And
Yo,
we're gonna
she's
go
been
Lamar
like
Black
5
Attack,
different
and then we're gonna just
pronunciations
open it back up. So go Hithering Queen, Lamar Black
Yo,
Attack.
you keep pronouncing this shit different. This shit is hilarious.
Heathen.
Damn heathen.
Heathen, I'm sorry.
It's Heathen Queen.
Heathen.
Yeah, I just found your show. I just found your show. I was
Thank you.
Perusing through the internet and I came across and I was listening to the topic and I just had some quick thoughts about it. Everybody keeps saying what you deserve or what you qualify for. Nobody deserves or qualifies for anything. You deserve, you get what you get. That's how the world works. It doesn't work where just because you're a 6-figure man or she has a built brick house body means that she's going to get the man that she wants, and it doesn't mean you're going to get the woman that you want.
That's a fact.
Nobody deserves. You don't deserve anything. Otherwise, good people wouldn't have accidents. So good people wouldn't get into fights, or good people wouldn't get this, that, and the third. So it's not a matter of deserving, right? And that's the way I look at it. 2, people are not living and loving in real time. You're worried about what could, would, should happen. That's not how the world works, right? I can speak that way because I was married for 30 years. I had 2 children before I got my husband. He met me. The day he met me, we were never separated after that 30 odd years, because he didn't look at me and say, I had 2 kids, or you're 304 because you have 2 kids. He just looked at me because he was attracted to me. He was attracted to the person that I was, and we built a life together. Now, that started when I was 23. He was 25. Okay. I'm not an advocate for getting married young, because you really have to have.
Why not?
I mean, because you have to really have 40. You really have to know yourself in order to be married that young, to know what you want your future to be. You have
So
to.
don't you think we should do a better job of
And getting people to
providing
learn
better
know
parents
themselves.
and getting prepared for that
Yep.
Yeah, but then
instead of
people.
ignoring it?
But we have the mindset of putting ourselves together first. And now, I'm not an advocate of getting married young. It's very difficult to be married as long as I was married and get married young, because we looked in the same direction and we continued to look in the same direction. That's how our marriage lasted. We were determined that if we were going to get married, we were going to stay married, and we did so. There was no abuse. There was no infidelity. There was no anything like that. We just decided you were the person.
Wait.
And I was.
You were married to a black man,
Yes,
and there was no abuse. That's possible.
it's possible.
Oh my God! I didn't know.
You go, girl.
Yeah, and it didn't take me being submissive. It didn't take me being any of those things. When I met my husband, I was a teacher. He was a correctional officer. And I had 3 degrees. He didn't have any, just barely made it out of high school. So when people say these things can't work, yes, they can work. We raised five successful children who are not in jail and who are not on drugs. Okay.
That's
So
I
awesome.
believe that.
when I hear the panel say this is not gonna work, and I'm not gonna marry a chick who got 2 kids and she a 304 and all this kind of guy, I'd be like, no, that's not how the world works. You get what comes to you, what you're attracted to. My husband was attracted to me. I was attracted to my husband, and it just came the way it came. He didn't look me in the eyeball and say, well, how many kids do you have? No, he never said any of that. He just ran with his attraction. He just said, I got breathless every time I got around you, and I knew you were the one after 2 or 3 months of being around you and dating you. That's what he told me. And we just ran, and we got married a year and a half later, right? And he took my children under his wing as his own. Instantly, it wasn't. But I knew that he was a father. He was a person to be a father, because I brought him around my family, and he played with the kids. He played, he played with the kids, ball. He did all the things, a father would do. And my mother was like, "Oh, okay."
She could see it.
I could see it.
So I think another problem is for some reason, before I let them off, people do not believe that we could see y'all. I'm sorry, but we can. We can see who is going to be a good father and a good husband and a good wife and a good hoe. We can see it from a mile away. We see when you are just out there in them streets. We can tell. Right. And sometimes men be trying to just wipe those hoes because they want to have a good time. And this is why we have such a high divorce rate, because people get so caught up in the flesh. They just want to have a good time, and then they want to marry in their good time, and then they want to be in a headache. That's what really happens.
But I'm not gonna bash. I'm not gonna bash the women that are 3 or 4. We're not. I'm not gonna say 3 or 4 not turn into wives. I'm not saying that, because there's a lot of 3 or 4s that turned into wives.
So here's the thing, but the truth should not be an insult. If you're a hoe, you're a goddamn hoe.
Right.
The truth shouldn't be an insult.
I'm not insulting, and not at all. I'm not insulting those women. I'm not bashing any women for any kind of body count that they have or anything else.
Correct. It doesn't really matter.
Because it doesn't. I believe it doesn't matter unless you have disease. That's
right. And you're a liar. Right. If you're a liar, you say I'm going to be monogamous, but you still being a hoe, then that's a problem.
Right.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Tony Golden. He says it's not accurate to compare HQ relationship to today's relationship because the dynamics have changed. It has not. The culture, outlook, the people are different. They are not. They are pretty much. We still all want the same type of foundation. Right. We want honesty. We want somebody that has some kind of financial literacy where they not just spending their whole check every goddamn thing. We need women want leaders. They want people that have great morals. This is what women want. Men, what we want a woman that looks good, that has great leadership skills. Well, we do not want a dumbass woman neither. We find people.
Is about.
We find people within our ranges. Nobody dating down. A man or woman, neither gender is dating down. We date within our means.
Yes,
we gotta stop this whole shit that these fucking $300,000 a year men are going to scoop up the ice cream scoop at Carvel. It is not happening because you got a big ass. Stop it. Go ahead, Lamar Black Attack, because sometimes it just pisses me off and I could go on a goddamn rant. I want you to get your voice in here too, Lamar. Go ahead, Lamar. Let me hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I want to agree with that. It's a heathen, right?
Heathen queen.
The heathen queen. I want to agree with her. I want to agree with her because a crackhead can go to church and be saved by the Holy Ghost, but a 304 can't. So I want to agree with her on that one. You know, we got to give her grace on that one. And I want to agree with the supreme diva. We married people doesn't sell it good because it's uncommon for us. I can't tell everybody that my wife, I can't tell my son, my wife gave me a BJ and sent me to heaven last night. They don't want to hear that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Nobody want to hear that. No, nobody want to hear that. So it's easy for me to tell, you know what? Your mom pissed me off last. It's easy for me to say, you know what? Yeah, your mom pissed me off last night because I forgot to take out the trash. You know, my wife, I got divorced and I lost everything. That's easy to say, But the fact is, PhD was right. We don't sell it good because it's unnatural for me to say that. I'm not going to come up here and say, my wife is a 10. I'm saying my wife is average. She's okay. But I think when we talk not to flex. Me and Ronald, we flex how we married because, we flex. But most people don't. So, PhD, you're correct on them. And everybody's correct. But I don't want to sign up for the heathen. If a crackhead can get saved, a 304 can get saved too.
I just like to apologize. One thing real quick.
They don't want to be saved. Go ahead, Ronald.
I would just like to apologize to Happy. You are right. These married men talk too much.
That's okay. Because we flex.
Thank you very much.
Let's also add to Lamar's point. Remember, it's not even just that it's easy to communicate what's negative. That's where you get sympathy. That's what most people are out here looking for. You communicate the negative stuff, you get sympathy.
You get 1,000 likes.
Back rubs. Girl, can you believe what happened? So that this is how I think men's name got tarnished so bad, right? Especially black men. The black man is just an average ass working man who goes to work, goes home and all that shit. But somehow everybody thinks we're a bunch of pookies. Shit is hilarious to me. But it's because men don't talk and women talk in search of sympathy, right? So we have a serious imbalance there where everybody needs to do a better job saying, hey, this is what's real. This is not what's going on. Notice the other day we were talking how none of us have ever used the word submission in our house. I've literally never said the word, never asked for it. I've never alluded to it. It is something that happens simply because I take action as a man, right? But on YouTube, everybody's like, no, y'all niggas don't deserve submission. I want submission. It's like, man, let's start getting to what happens in real life versus just the internet space, and we will all do a lot better for it.
Amen. Absolutely, because if we're gonna say that you are out here looking for submission, we're gonna have to go with the queen and say, how do you qualify for it then? If you saying that you out there looking for something, how do you qualify for it? Because you are not meeting up with the standards of what would qualify for what Trigger Mike is qualifying for, right? Because if Trigger Mike is getting what you want, then you're gonna have to move more closer to what Trigger Mike is moving like. It's as simple as that. If you want what the queen got and how she was able to find a man after 2 children, she was moving herself in a certain way where she allowed a man to recognize her beauty and attractiveness and said, this is the type of woman I want to make a wife. You got to find out what she did to carry herself, and a man seen her from wherever they seen each other from and said, that is a wife walking by.
You know I know what she did. I know what she did. She found a correction officer.
You know what I just thought about?
He wasn't going for that shit. Sorry.
You know what I just thought about? Y'all know why most successful people keep their business to themselves? We were taught to do so. If you talk about your success, it inspires jealousy. It inspires jealousy, right? Oh, he think he better than everybody. Then they be always saying that shit about us in the chat, right? Like, oh, you just want us to do. So it's like the people who
Yeah,
are
that's
doing
one. Hey,
well.
Trigger Mike. That's one of the reasons why they think I'm supposed to be here protecting every goddamn body. No, you need to protect your
Yeah,
goddamn
it's like,
self.
damn,
I'm not
when
here to
you're
protect anybody. What are you talking about?
keep
We
it
here
to
having a
yourself.
conversation. PH Diva is going back. PH Diva is intellectually smart enough to have a conversation and have a back and forth. I'm not here to protect PH Diva, and PH Diva is not looking for protection from me neither. This is something that else needs to be said. These women are not looking for protection from these men. They are not actually looking for the money the way how people are perpetrating it on these goddamn spaces. They do not want no broke ass man. They want a man that could take care of himself the same way she could take care of herself. That's all they asking for. And they act like these people just look at, if we are talking about being equal, then I gotta allow PhD to speak for her goddamn self. And if it gets to a crazy point where she said, you know, Sharon, you need to step in, then I will step in, because we are capable. We are full capable human beings. Just because she's a woman does not mean she's not capable.
She would never say that.
And she doesn't need to say that.
She would
Now,
never
yeah.
say that.
Lamar, be quiet. Mind your business, Lamar.
You might say it. Happy.
Hey, Robert S said, no, I want the money. Robert M said, I want the money. But
I wanted to say something. When I got married, I got married under the guise of, listen, we're not getting a divorce. So I didn't have all this other crap. Mine was just, we're not getting divorced. I'm only getting married one time. I don't want to ever get married again. Like, if he didn't agree with we're not getting a divorce, we would have never got married. I'm just telling you that.
Right.
And to which I was talking about just now, Trigger Mike was just talking about it with the marriage thing or whatever, keeping it to yourselves and all that other stuff. Yeah. No, I don't come up here talking about my marriage. I'm for the most part, I don't. I'm usually not around even when guys or anybody's having discussions about it, you know, marriage or anything like that anyway. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, because I like to keep my business personal when I can.
Right.
And
That's
also,
something else
I
that
wanted to say he knew I was the one, because when he met me, I had a scarf on.
5411 size 7 and girls.
I probably wouldn't be having a conversation about my husband if he was alive, but he's not alive. He died several years ago. So after us being married so long, I probably would not have had this kind of conversation when he was alive, because he was an
amazing guy, I believe.
He was a mean dude. Let's put it that way.
No, it's at work. I understand.
And I think your story needs to be told, and we need to encourage more wives that had good experiences to come out and say, yes, I enjoyed my husband, I enjoyed my relationship, I enjoyed my 30 years, because like Lamar said, it's much easier for the complaining to be out here on the internet.
But here's the thing. How many people do you run across that say, see, I knew early on that I was a couples person, or I was a person who wanted to live my life with another human being. See, a lot of people don't know that up front, but I knew that up front. As soon as I came from school, I said to my mom, I quit college, right? And I was like, Mom, I want to come home and I want to get married. I don't want this college thing, right? And she was like, take your ass back to school, girl. You ain't getting out of school, right? So I went back to school, graduated, but by that time I had 2 children, right? But immediately, not even 2 years after I got out of college, I met my husband and we got married, okay? So you have to have the mindset that you want to be married. A lot of people just go out there and they just want to live. They want to do their thing. And I get that, and that's fine. But if you know early on that you want to be a wife or you want to be a husband, you prepare your life, or you put your life on the track to get a wife or a husband. You just don't be out there just doing anything.
That's willy-nilly. That is a great point as well. And I go for both sides. That is the husband and the wife. Y'all both got to have intentions when you dating, intentions when you walk outside. You cannot just be willy-nilly looking for a partner in life, whatever
That's
that
what I
partnership
said.
is.
Dead ass. And the part we need to emphasize is that she said, I'm sorry, somebody said men need to do the same thing. Think
Yeah.
about it. If you out here smashing a bunch of women, bro, your brain is not going to be able to focus on the right one, on one. So I've heard Mr. Payne say this. I had to do it. I was like, look, because my father is he's very strict. So it didn't matter how old I was. He was gonna talk to me like I was a kid. He said, I don't know what you are out here doing. Hey, but if you don't get married soon, like you see what I'm saying? He's like, you're disgracing me. And you have brothers and sisters that look up to your example. So I was like, damn, I gotta slow down. I'm not just going to get married. I will get married to the wrong woman, or I'll end up not getting married at all. Because if I'm out here hoeing, I won't trust women anymore. I'll think all women are hoes.
Yeah.
I won't be asking the right questions. I'll simply be out here getting sex. So I slowed myself down and was like,
Awesome.
I'm just going to focus on one woman and let all of her good characteristics.
And that is another talking point that we have to destroy, that these men got to go out there and put their thing inside everything and then settle down later. That is a talk point that got to get destroyed. That is some remedial rhetoric that we cannot allow to survive anymore. I want to welcome Drive By Bev. Welcome to the stage. Go ahead, Drive By.
What's up, you guys? What's up, Sharon? Hey, Heathen Queen. Hey, PhD. Hey, Happy.
Morning.
The hell, that's the only person you see? You know what?
Oh, hi.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
That's pretty privileged.
And also, we need 25 more likes. We need 25 more likes. Let's get it together. Go ahead, Drive By.
I'm sorry, Trigger. I'm sorry. Hi, Trigger Mike.
Nah, you can keep it now.
No, it's too late. I blew it. But look, I just hit the link because you were talking about, we need to hear all the good stories and the happy stories and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know nobody want to hear that.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Nobody want to hear it. Even I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear Chicken Mike. My wife is amazing, Lamar. I want to hear that shit, nigga. I don't want to hear it. Why? I don't know.
And then look, and then when you offer it voluntarily or whatever, they just call cap or they find something else to say. Don't nobody want to hear that.
Dog, Callie, you know what's crazy too? I don't know if you got brothers and sisters. I don't like when my parents use me and my wife as an example in shit. Why don't you just do what Mike do? I'd be like, please stop. You're making them hate me, man. Damn.
Yeah, my parents did that too. My brother is like 8 years older than me, and he was not as social as I am, nor did he go out as much, and he got like way better grades. So yeah, I caught all of that shit growing up.
Yeah, but we got it's something about doing the right things it seems as boring and corny, and that we ain't supposed to be championing it, and it has to stop. We gotta band together and say, nah, that's bullshit. All that shit that looks fun and cool, we gotta change that whole narrative of what is cool and fun to do. We gotta find ways to do the right things in a fun and cool way. It is as simple as that. We cannot keep allowing the bullshit to exist without no pushback.
I think it's cultural, though.
I'm glad
I think
you
it's cultural.
focused on to that point, because
it's cultural.
That is something that's needed. People are now saying you're trying to be perfect if you're centered on righteousness, doing the right thing. I thought doing the right thing is the bare minimum.
Come on.
It's true. I think it's cultural, really.
Integrity is the bare minimum. I thought that should be a prerequisite to being a functioning adult.
It's true. I think it's cultural, because I met a I don't know if it's a white dude. I met a white dude one time. He was like trying to get rid of my squirrels. And when every time he speak, he said it's important. This is important, Lamar. See, the squirrels gonna come into this hole, and we gotta stop this hole. But I was like, wow, to my wife, damn, he feels so confident, so passionate about it, about stopping the squirrels getting in the house. So I think we should start feeling passionate about what we think is correct.
Lamar, what the hell the squirrels got to do with anything?
Because he had confidence. We don't. We like, my wife kicking my ass.
Squirrels must have bit the shit out of Lamar.
I paid a lot of money for those damn squirrels. But he was confident in it. He like, this is important, brother. These fucking squirrels, these raccoons coming in your house.
I have no idea how we got the squirrels.
Yes,
he was confident. We not.
Oh my goodness, that is a wild. That's a new one for me. That is very new.
How do you feel about
Marriage
that, Trey?
and squirrels. Welcome to the stage. The always insightful Chicago Rilla. Good day,
Chicago
sir.
Rilla. Good
Top
guy. I
of
like
it, top of
Chicago.
it.
That motherfucking
Morning,
Ninja
family.
Turtle.
What's
Hello.
your thoughts,
Oh,
Chicago?
hey, how much is it to drop
Hi.
the pug nose dude from Baltimore?
Let's keep the
Ask
ball.
that, hey,
He's
ask that
hoping
nigga to
it's so.
say, dude, dude, dude.
Dude.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Lauren Mack. She says, "Hey, Sharonic, drive by Cali Bev." She came by with the drive by. She came with the Uzi. Thank you, Lauren Mack. I appreciate you. Oh gosh. Go ahead, Chicago.
My bad, fam. Shoot, I was walking around the museum for a minute now, walking around the mall. So is that
Museum.
PhD up here?
Yes, it is.
Hello.
PhD, were you out the shower yet?
Yes, I've been out the shower.
Black guy working at the museum.
No. I haven't been to it's first day of Black History Year, so I was over there
Hey.
checking out Faith Ringo's exhibit real quick. And so just moving and shaking in the city early this morning. But if I was listening correctly, y'all were still talking about Ebony K. Williams.
See,
Yeah.
he's not.
Yeah, that's correct.
He's not proud of
Yeah,
walking around the museum.
that's the
See, that's what I'm
catalyst.
saying. Be
That's the
proud walking
catalyst
around
of the
museum.
conversation. Yes, not necessarily her, but the conversation and what she is in totality,
Okay.
what she's talking about.
Yeah, I just think that women that are in successful positions, they qualify for a particular man. And, I think in general, it's just about finding the person that works for you, right? So we know people that are in a certain socioeconomic status tend to pair well together or pair up together. But what you also find, and this is the conundrum for successful women, I don't begrudge them for being successful. A lot of times they forced to do for self, go for self, or whatever, right? However, the man that is at that has also reached that particular level of success and means and resources are not always willing to put up with the attitudes or the mindsets of women who have had to equally work just as hard to achieve their level of success, if that makes sense. Right? So with Ebony, I mean, and she's a very public figure, right? So we've been able to see, if you've been following her, like I was following her when she was on Fox
I
News.
got you either, man.
That's when I first got wind of. That's when I first got wind of her. She's a public figure, so I don't necessarily know that her story is the one to use because she's had many attempts and many bites at the apple. And so what we're seeing with her specifically is she's living with the results of her choices. There's nothing preventing her from getting a good man and having a good family and a good relationship, even at 40. There's nothing preventing her. But, she wants what she wants, and she's entitled to get what she wants if she can achieve it before we expire. That's all.
And I'm also want to welcome him to the stage. And before he comes up, I want to give him a warning because the black women are not playing it. And I just want to let him know that.
Don't provoke me to anger, or else you be in danger.
That's it. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I got you. I got a question. I ain't gonna be here long. I just got a question for Chicago Rilla, right? So
wait, what's my name? What did you say? What's my name?
Chicago Rilla.
Oh, okay. What's up, E?
Hey, quick question. Why
Go for
is it's an expectation for the top 1% of men to settle, but it's not an expectation for the top 1% of women to
Damn. Hey, E, that's a good question, brother. That's a very good question. I don't know. I wasn't advocating one way or the other. I don't,
What do you
I
mean
don't
by
know
settle?
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
Queen,
I'm about to
like
say,
she
I don't
got
know
some
that
smoke
man
for you.
settle.
Go ahead, Queen.
Well,
Go
I'm
ahead,
asking
Queen.
him, well, what does he mean by settle? Men who have money don't settle. They settle for what they want. It's not a matter of settling for less. They get what they want. You have enough money to get what you want. When do they settle? They never settle.
I
I'm
agree
just
with that
saying,
one.
no, that's not true. Because if we was to go and see exactly, most men are actually they're advocated to get something less than them. We hear that we say the wealthy men supposed to go to McDonald's and just get her because she's beautiful and she's submissive. Like it is
But
an
that's what you all do.
hold on, listen. It is an expectation for a wealthy man to take someone less than the best that he can get.
I don't think that's true. As a matter of fact, well, the men are the ones who tell us that how much a woman makes doesn't matter because the man, a man with means, he'll be willing to take the Dollar Tree cashier. Y'all tell us that.
Thank you. So therefore, you settle for he gets what he wants. He can get the McDonald's girl, or he can get the corporate woman. He gets what he wants.
That is so fair, and I'm tired of that's some bullshit remedial rhetoric that y'all be spewing, and now y'all gonna have to stand on it. Y'all don't have to stand on business.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to MC Heavy Tits. This is a great convo. Much love. I appreciate you. Go ahead, E. Let me see you stand on business because y'all men are out here spewing that men that making this higher earned money, they make $300,000. They could just scoop up the Carvel ice cream girl because she got a fat ass and it's okay. Okay, explain it.
So what I'm explaining to you guys is that a lot of women want something that they say that they want someone that's their equal. But we know that women are hypergamous. They don't want their equal. They typically want stuff that's higher than them.
Before you move on, stand on women are being hyper. Where do you see that happening? Because everybody else, or at least I'm saying, most people date within their means. They are not dating at this so much high level that these men are not making $300,000 scooping up the Carvel ice cream girl that is scooping up ice cream. That is not happening. So prove the fact that you are saying these women are so hypergamous that the levels is not much higher above.
All right. Well, I wish I can share some videos. If a woman makes $50,000, she typically don't want a man that makes $50,000 too. She want that man to make close to $80,000 or $90,000. She don't want someone that's equal to her. Women say, "Hold on."
Want, but do they get?
Thank you.
There's a difference between
There's a big difference.
But they're not getting anybody. They're single.
My point exactly.
That's the whole point. The whole point is if they single and they ain't getting nobody, they're hypergamous. They just can't act on their hypergamous.
What?
So therefore, they're not hypergamous. I cannot be. If I say I love Ferraris, but I go and buy a Honda Accord, I cannot say I'm a Ferrari lover.
But that's
I
the
love
point.
my goddamn Honda because it gets me from point A to point B.
They don't even get the Honda. That's the whole point. They don't get the bus driver. They don't get the plumber. They don't get nobody. You making it seem like they got the Honda.
They getting the Honda.
That's crazy.
Hey, what's wrong with
They're
being?
not getting the Honda.
The problem is a lot of you Hondas out there changing your goddamn emblems. You're taking the emblems off, and you think that we don't know you a Honda.
It's our car. We can do what we want to do with it. What's wrong with being
Lexus? They putting the Lexus.
Hondas need love too.
They putting Chicago. They putting that Acura.
They putting that
Hondas need love
symbol on the Honda.
It's their car. Hey, check this out. Youth and beauty is a commodity. So them guys they not marrying less. They're old and dusty. They might be rich, but the Foot Locker chick is young and beautiful. So beauty is a commodity. Y'all can pretend that it's not.
Hey, Lamar, I think that's a misnomer too. So I'm broke,
for you.
Right? I'm broke.
Yeah, for me.
I'm a garbage driver. Either man, you got a lot of money. Would you say that most men who are like, say, top 1%, 5%, they tend to get wives that are like either wifely material or they compliment them in some type of way, be it they get married to look good on a corporate level or they're looking to raise a family and that wife can produce kids and be a stay-at-home mom or whatever. What do you see, Edie, man? Because you got a lot of money.
I believe that men with a lot of money look for intelligent women, right? So hold on, let me explain to you. So when you look at, for example, Mark Zuckerberg, he got a co-founder, right? When you look at Bill Gates, he got a co-founder. These are not dumb women. See, I think what women have been lied to, said being young and beautiful enough is enough. No, you have to be intelligent. And not only you have to be intelligent, you got to be intelligent enough that I think that you could teach my kids to be better citizens. And I don't think the chick at McDonald's actually make that point.
I agree with that. Yeah, I
Like, you
agree
know
with that.
what, Eda Man,
No,
I'm
if
glad
she in
you
law
listen,
school, she'll
I'm
call
glad
her.
you
She
listened to
working
me last
McDonald's in
night,
law school.
Eda Man. I'm glad you changed your
Okay, I agree
your
with that too.
rhetoric, because last night you were saying the opposite. So I appreciate
No,
you,
no,
Eda
no,
Man.
no. See, look, this is why Sharon is being dishonest, because Sharon said, "Oh, you was trying to get on my page last night at the beginning of this live. Now he's trying to soothe the audience." I have always said that men value intelligent women. Now we
Okay.
don't want your intelligence to make you arrogant. We don't want your intelligence to knock you out of the dating pool. But we have no problem with you being smart. But we also want you to submit.
Okay, I got
I
it.
don't understand why you can't be intelligent and be a woman. You
I
don't
got a
What I'm
gotta
saying
be
is
crazy
this. So what
question
I'm
on
masculine.
saying,
y'all
so
when I
what
get
I'm
a
saying, the
chance.
reason why the rhetoric becomes remedial, because for some reason we look at women that are intelligent also as combative. That's the problem.
Sharon, you gotta say it like Eda
I
Man,
got a
and she
question
gotta
after
be a
y'all.
woman. She gotta be a woman. She's not a woman. She's a woman.
You from the south?
No, that boy from the country. No, that boy from the
That's
country.
it's okay. We
And
south.
so I think that's just been that it's been a bad idea that men think that just because you have an education, just because you are intelligent, that men don't want you. No, we want the negative side that comes with you with that. When you talking about somebody can't tell you something because you got a degree. Like it's more than just you having a degree. We see other races that have degrees is getting married all the time.
But that's
Yeah.
men too. Men feel that same way. We have men who feel that same way. Like you can't tell them nothing because they're educated. It's the same on both sides. It ain't just women.
But
Thank you,
but
Queen.
the
Men
problem
too.
is these men. The problem is
Wait,
all.
substantiate that HQ. You have men saying you can't tell them nothing because they educated.
She's a little white on that one.
And I'm
Hell
looking
yeah.
at you the same way you looking at me is the same way I'm looking at him when he say it.
But listen,
Well,
what y'all
wait,
don't
give me an example
understand
of
is
that, Lamar. I don't see that.
Okay,
Give me
I
an
don't see
example.
that
okay.
I might
either.
be lost in the sauce.
Okay,
Show me
I'm gonna give
where.
you an example because everybody think 304s is dumb. There are some intelligent hookers, but y'all want to say, oh, because they hooker, they're not intelligent. They marry a rich man, they get what they want. So y'all y'all think that because a woman play dumb or innocent, that they're not intelligent. Some of the most intelligent people on earth, they
You
like the
did not
devil.
answer his
They
question.
pretend. Okay,
No, that's
Hold on,
not.
you
That's
a
not. Yeah,
teacher.
that's not what was on
You
the floor.
hold on, no, we
okay,
gotta
Yeah, go
hold
ahead.
you.
Go ahead. E.
He is
okay.
an
Go ahead. E.
educator. No,
Margo,
this
can I
man
give you
is
an
an
example?
educator, and he's teaching our kids, and he ain't answering the question.
I'm teaching all my kids art of seduction and 40 laws of power. Yeah, I teach my kids different. But
Cat
I'm gonna
dog.
pass. I'm pass on this one. Though. I'm pass on this. But I think she
Smart
is correct.
strippers.
I'm gonna pass on HQ. I think I'm just gonna agree with her. I'm gonna concede my
Yeah, but
time.
she said that men who are educated are
Hmm.
also out here like you can't tell me nothing because I'm educated. I mean, and I think PhD was about to substantiate that. I may be lost.
That's true.
I don't see that.
I
It's
agree
both
with her on
it
that one.
goes both it goes both ways. We have arrogance on both sides. It's
Mm,
not the women, it's men too. Okay.
I agree with that.
No. But HQ, you said that men are out here. So I want you to substantiate that. You said men are out here saying, like, I get it if you say, hey, men are in their ego. And they're
No,
saying, you
that's
can't tell
not
me
what I'm
nothing
saying.
because of my ego, or you can't tell me nothing because of my experience. You're saying a doctor
I'm
or
saying what you said.
an educated man, a man
Hmm.
who's well versed in the academics, and he's well studied. He's a statistician. He's an analyst. He's a professor. Whatever that is, right?
Hmm.
He's equally saying you can't tell me nothing, woman, because I'm educated.
That is
Yeah, what you
true.
think mansplaining
Yes, it
is?
is. That is
It
What do
is
you
100%
think
true.
mansplaining is?
I can use
true.
the per.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
No,
So
I
shout
should
out to Cassie before we go ahead, because Queen is about to cook them up. I could tell Queen and Lamar's about to cook them up real quick. I want to jump in before y'all go.
Look at
Woman
you start this
and
bullshit.
a woman fits with a man. The expectation is that they life would change for the better. I don't know. Through tangibles, intangibles is going to improve. I disagree with that. But go ahead, Queen, and we're gonna attack this statement right here.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
was just saying. He was saying when women get degrees or they do this, that, and the other, get educated, more educated, that their arrogance shines through, as though they're more educated or more important than the man. I'm saying we could say that from both angles. We can say a man who's educated, a man who has this kind of money, who has this kind of accomplishment, doesn't want to deal with the regular average woman. He wants a high value woman, or he wants a woman that's at the top of her. She's an 8, 9, and 10. We could say the same thing for the man. So it's on both sides. We get that
rhetoric. So and also we
Nah,
gotta
that ain't
understand.
sticking, fam.
Yes, and also Chicago, we gotta understand this is the problem that people that is at the Ebony K. Williams level is saying is that these men are saying, "Hey, I got all these fucking options, so I don't need you. I don't give a fuck if you look good, you got the weight, you got the looks, you got the smell goods, you got the education, you got the money, you got the attitude. I still have other options, and this is the problem that they have because they got so much arrogance saying I'm the prize because I got all of these attributes in front of me. I'm the prize, bitch.
Right.
So if you want to be married to me, you gotta understand that we're gonna be married. I'm gonna take care of you, but also I'm gonna put my dick in 10 other women as well. That is the problem.
Let me add to that, Chicago Rilla. Listen.
And before you add to it,
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
shout out to MC Heavy Tits. Men that have money say they date down because they date the chick at the coffee shop. How is that not looking down? Because men that make 300,000 is not dating a coffee shop chick in real life.
Tiger Woods married a nanny.
She was 6 and 90 though. Hold on, Chicago. This is what I was saying, Chicago. Really, how can you tell me anything when I used to say lies for a fucking living? How can you tell me anything if I made it out of ghetto, despite of racism, conservatism, bullying, and whatever? Nothing can stop me. So when somebody come to me and say, I'm gonna put you in a place, you can't put me in my place. I already did it all. I'm looking at the fucking ocean right now. so she is right.
Yeah.
The people that achieve something. Okay, now I'm saying the people that see something, it might be untrue what you're saying. I'll give you that. It might be untrue what we're saying, but what you're saying, we have the same kind of egos. The egos are what made us successful. Is that what she's saying?
No, I would agree. Yeah. No, I agree. If the premise
it
is
might not
that
be
men
true.
with ego, no.
Yeah,
If the premise is men with ego, say, and I conceded that. I said, if you're saying men with ego, say you can't tell me nothing because I'm accomplished and I've done this, this, and this, and whoopty whoop. I was just saying specifically for an educated man, I don't particularly see that happen. But I could be wrong. Listen, I'm broke, man. I'm struggling out here.
A lot of educated people are stupid too.
Because a lot of times we hear this as well, is that women are getting married so they can have the expectation that their life is just going to get better. No, women are getting married to men because they want companionship the same way why men are getting married. They want companionship. They don't necessarily believe that their life is going to get so much better because I got married to the man. No, they get married for companionship.
Thank you, sir.
I think a lot of women actually like the social validation part of it is big for women. And so I think a lot of women, even when they know like this is probably ain't the person I need to be marrying, they'll do it anyway just for the wedding and to say I'm married.
Me too.
I agree with that. I think there's a component of that for some men too.
Yes, I don't think the majority of them get married because they think their life is going to be actually so much better than it was when they were. No, they want companionship and they want that ring to say, "Hey, listen, I'm living a successful life," because that is a form of success if you're doing it properly. It is.
So let me ask you a question. Because I want to see if Sharon's being transparent and honest today. Some days he do. So let me ask you a question. These women like Ebony Williams, do you believe that they have turned down men that was in the top 1% in their life?
Turned down. Yes.
All right. So if she have turned down women that's in the top 1% of your life, doesn't that goes against her own argument that the top 1% of men do not actually want her?
No, that does not, because you still got to be compatible. You still got to be compatible. Just because you're the 1% doesn't mean that you're compatible. It got a midget actor. That doesn't mean that just because he's the 1%. I'm gonna marry you because you're in the 1%. You
I
got
put
to
it
like,
even
no.
more, Sharon.
Can
Not
I
just
say
compatible, you
something
should be
about Ebony
suitable.
K. Williams?
You
Because
got
she actually
to.
talked about her dating history, and she said that she prefers older men. She was dating a lot of older men, and the issue she was running into is that those men were older and successful, but they had already had children, and she was at an age where she still wanted children. So there was an incompatibility there, right? And so that was a large part of her problem because she's been engaged at least once, and she was engaged to like a multimillionaire white man, and he was older. And she said, he didn't want any more children. So,
But see, but
Is that the
that's
one that went to stay with his kids
yeah.
during the
So
pandemic?
I'm
yeah,
not sure.
yeah. So, but that's the point that I'm saying. I think it's a hole in her argument that she didn't have multiple men because it wasn't just one, multiple men of this higher stature who chose her, and she just didn't choose them. She's proven not only she want a man that's at her intellectual level and above her financial level because he was above her financial level. She always also got a whole list of other things that she want this man to have.
But there's nothing wrong with standards, though.
We're not saying there's
Hi,
anything.
guys.
Go ahead,
Hi.
Happy.
How are you guys doing today?
Good morning, Happy.
I would just like to say hi. Good day.
Why is your name
I would
Happy?
just like to say that you don't always get what you want, but I'm a firm believer and you always getting what you need. If it's meant for you, it is meant for you. And that means if it's meant for you to wait, wait. And just because that man had more money than her, so what? It's not like she wasn't successful. You see, the thing about that was it didn't matter how much money he had, right? The deal breaker was what? The whole children thing. Stop trying to throw that money thing in there after the fact. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter when it comes to that because when you love somebody or you really want to do something with someone, y'all are gonna do it if you both want to do it. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if it's love or lust or whatever the case may be, and it doesn't matter how much money you got in your pocket at the end of the day. So I think we need to try to stay away from all of that. Oh yeah, and he had to have all this. Nah, did she say he had to have all of that, or did she say she
Yeah.
had
So
a man with
yeah.
all of that?
No.
Do you
So
get what I'm saying?
yeah, but
No, because that's mean when you add that at the end, like, oh well, she just a gold digger or something, or like she
no.
just wanted for his money. No, that wasn't the case. And when you guys add that in, and it's like you're taking away from the situation, you know?
No, but see,
Hey,
I think
Happy.
hold on 1 second, Chicago. Hey, the
Go ahead.
problem is in that same video that we're talking about, she addressed what's the Medea dude name? Tyler Perry coming. She said that Tyler Perry said that if you had a man that does everything else and he don't have money, would you accept it? She said no. She said you need to be in the top 1% and have the money too. She
So
acknowledged that money is
Okay, well,
important.
excuse me
hold
then
on,
if she
I
said
want to
that. But
jump
my
on that
thing is,
point.
I didn't see that, and I didn't come in here on that part. So excuse me if that was what was said. Okay.
But also, Edie, man. But when she said no, is because she going off a past experience. She got a trauma that happened when she took care of everything, and that man didn't reciprocate that same love and loyalty towards her. So that's why she said no because of
But
past
that,
trauma.
but,
The
but that
same
still ain't
reason.
what Tyler said. Tyler said that he does do everything. See, she attacked what he said, and Tyler Perry said, if you got a man that meet all these other things, and he just only can pay a light bill, women should be open to being able to receive that if they already have got to the money. You said her trauma is something opposite of what he said.
Right, because of her.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to MC Habitats, PhD Diva, love you. But why would she choose older men that already have kids if she wanted kids?
Because she's only attracted to older men.
Intelligence. Too.
I wouldn't be able to answer that for her, but maybe it was her trying to balance between like the money. She had to make a choice. You want the money or you want somebody who want kids at this point, right? So, she said she's backing off from dating those much older men. Mm-hmm. But, for a while, she may have been able to think she could find an older man with the money who would still want to produce a new family in his 50s or 60s. I don't know.
Right.
And then she realized it was a mistake, and now she's trying to correct it.
And
So-
I got a question.
So that go back to what I was saying earlier, Sharon.
What's that?
And I don't know that she's the best example to use, right? She's literally living out the results of her choices, and ain't nothing wrong with that. What Happy said was correct too. If it's meant for her to wait, sister, you're gonna have to wait, and that's okay too.
And then we go back to our choice. We go back to what we deserve and what we want. Everybody doesn't deserve what they want. She wants a man who wants to have children and this, that, and the third. That don't mean she's gonna get it. We have to remember, some of us out here are not gonna get exactly what we want. It is what it is. And then people make it seem like, oh, you're gonna have to settle.
I'm with you on that,
Some of us are gonna have to
get it. I'm going to get it, Queen.
But
Hey,
I'm saying some
I'm
of us
going
are
to
gonna have
get
to
it.
settle, right?
I disagree. I disagree with that, and I think that's messed up. And we setting up the younger generations for failure with that kind of mindset. Absolutely not.
No, all of a sudden,
hold on. Let
nothing
Happy
to do with deserve. You
substantiate
put
it.
in the hard work. You use your time wisely. You get shit done. You can have whatever it is you want, and don't let nobody tell you otherwise.
No, you cannot.
right.
I'm saying
Yes,
you can do all of these things.
Let me tell you something right now. Listen. I don't believe in it. The devil does not work around here. The devil is a liar.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
I
Yes,
Praise
Father.
white Jesus.
Devil's a
Praise
liar.
white Jesus.
He's in the pit of hell. I knew Jesus can bring us back on the same
I
page.
explained that
It's the
earlier.
Yes, white Jesus.
I think
Yes,
I
white
explained that
Jesus.
earlier.
Let Queen go ahead, HQ.
I explained that earlier when I said people don't. You can talk. Everybody says they deserve this, that, and the third. You don't deserve anything unless you work for it. You deserve what comes to you. People, just because you're a high value man doesn't mean you're going to get an 8 or a 9. Just because you're a female, fit, feminine, and friendly doesn't mean you're going to get a high powered man. You get what comes to you. That's what I mean by deserve. If everybody deserved what they got, criminals wouldn't be out here running the streets. If everybody got what they deserve, you don't get what you deserve. You get what comes to you. Period.
I agree with that one.
Welcome back.
Damn,
You know
Queen.
what?
In the block,
I think
Bev.
when
What's
you
up,
get
girl?
it's better, right?
Oh,
No.
shit.
You say you don't get
Kelly
what you
Bev up
deserve.
here. Yeah, dog.
Nah,
That's
fuck
been the
that.
block,
Some of
Bev.
these
You better
people
put
need a death
respect on her
penalty.
name.
Why all the states don't have the death penalty?
Let me correct that. You don't always get what you deserve. Sometimes you do get what you deserve, but not always. It's not a given that you get everything you deserve. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the way we're talking about it. No, I agree with you. What I'm saying is the way we're talking about it and the way these men in these spaces talk about it. I don't like the way that's used because I don't believe in all of that crap.
Right. They
You know
believe
what I'm
that
saying?
if they have a lot of money. Men believe if they have a lot of money, they're going to get that 8 and 9. You don't just because you got money don't mean you're going to get that 8 or 9. It don't work that way.
And
They
if
with
you do
these
get
hoes all the
8 or 9,
time, HQ.
it doesn't mean she don't got no STD to give your ass.
No, but that's
They
usually,
rent
that's
these
usually,
8s and 9s all the time.
8 and
that's
9
usually
got
those prostitute
STDs
stuff.
too. What the hell wrong with y'all? How y'all think it's spreading around in Hollywood? They all like $1.15, right? That's how y'all like them. Then y'all see them on the TV talking about you thinking they fit. They be 115 pounds, right? But they spending
Who
all
want a $1.15?
No, we're not gonna do this now. Y'all better stop
Who
playing.
want a $1.15, Happy?
I'm okay with a 6.
Yeah.
I know what I
You
I
get
need
what you
some meat
deserve,
on my
right?
bone.
That's what y'all deserve right now. Keep
You know
passing
what
them
I
around.
came up with
We
So,
can,
but like, I
we can
think what
stay right over here.
I got exactly who I deserve. I'm straight.
Me too, Chicago. I got a 6, and I'm happy. I'm happy with my 6.
I just think what we have to do is we gotta say it's cool if you stand on your principles and your standards, but if you alone for the rest of your life, you can't blame it on men
Right.
that
You
men don't
gotta
want to
eat
choose
that.
you.
Right.
You just gotta stand on what you believe in.
Alone
I
for the
think we
rest of your
can.
life doesn't mean that you're alone for the rest of your life. It all depends on what you want in life because you still have to remember, not everybody wants somebody the way you get what I'm saying other people do, and it just is what it is.
See,
And
I
there's
think
nothing
we do
wrong
have
with that.
to
but
look
that's
at
the
what's
point. They
going on
telling us
with
they want a
men.
man.
right, hold
They
on.
tell us they
Let's
don't want to be
hold
single.
on. Let's go one at a
Right.
time. We'll go PH Diva, Eda Man, and Spin the Block Bev. Go.
So I think we do have to recognize that both parties play a role. There's a reason that across the globe, fertility rates and marriage is going down, right? Women even in those Asian countries where the women's supposed to be so submissive and shit, in Japan, they wondering if they gonna still be here in 150 years, right?
Damn.
And
That's
so,
true.
yeah,
That's true.
yes. In Korea, the women over there saying, right? And so something is going on globally. And I think men have to recognize that it's going to require y'all to reevaluate and make some changes to how you typically have interacted with women.
I think
Eda Man, then Spin the
She's
Block
true on
Bev.
that.
I
That's
think
true.
we ain't
Nah.
we gotta reevaluate
PhD,
anything.
respectfully, I think women gotta, like Callie Bear spoke on this on a different panel. I think it was the perfect segue. Callie Bear said people need to readjust their expectations. Point blank, period. Find the person that's for you, fam. This ain't hard. Like we sitting up here making it like it's a science project. It ain't hard. Find your you.
I think it's better if you go
But a
into
lot
it
of women
without
saying that they aren't
expectations,
finding
not reevaluate.
So
Just don't expect much from anybody.
here's
Well,
the
then
thing.
with this person
We gotta start
No, what I'm
recognizing.
saying, when you first meeting someone, I'm not talking about being with somebody.
Yeah,
No,
we gotta
that's not
start.
what
We
I'm
gotta
saying.
start
Yeah.
recognizing that it is hard. We keep acting like it's simple. It is not as simple as we think. We gotta reevaluate what is going on. It is hard for people to find other people that's like-mindedness. It's easy to find sex
I
partners, but
disagree,
it's difficult.
Sharon.
It's difficult
I
for people
disagree
to
because
find.
all y'all sound alike to me. How
It's
about
difficult.
Sharon,
It's difficult
this
for people
the
to
problem
find.
is, hold on, Sharon. This is the truth. I don't know a man that want to be married who can't get married. Like this idea
Right.
Yes,
that
you do.
no, I don't.
Mm.
Yes, you do.
Every man who wants to be married is married.
Yes, let me tell you something.
No,
And I
go
know
deeper
people
than
like
that,
they
Eda man.
Yeah,
engaged, right?
you gotta extrapolate that a
And the
little bit
man
more.
always talking about, let's go to courthouse right now, and she still wants to wait for her wedding day. You know what I mean? The big wedding and everything. But I'm telling you, men be on the what now? We can still go to the court right now. Fuck them. Even though he still wants to throw the wedding, but she's like, nah, I'm waiting for the wedding before. Because she don't want to go straight to the courthouse first, because she thinks something might change, and that's good for them. Don't
What
let them
about
do
to
Eda
be
that.
a
man.
situation? Hey.
Shout out to Ray Alexander. He said a wife improves a man's image in business. That's absolutely true in the
Facts.
workplace. Married men are seen as more responsible. That is 100% true as well. And they earn more than ever.
That's
So,
true.
but that's the point that I'm saying.
Yeah, my income definitely shot up.
Definitely mine too.
I said,
100%.
the
Go ahead,
whole point
Eda.
that I'm
Never
saying
told
is,
me
Or-
I never want to
We're
give
gonna do
you.
our best to hold the line. We're gonna let Eda Man finish and let's spin the box. Bev, get her thoughts in. Go ahead.
so that's the point. The whole point that I'm saying is every man that I have heard, like when Sharon decided that he was gonna get married, you know what Sharon did? He got married. Like this idea that men can't get married that want to be married, I think is a crazy statement altogether. And what we realize is men can get access to marriage because we hold the access. Women are typically having a problem getting access to the marriage. Like, are we not saying that that's true?
Eda man.
I
Eda man.
disagree. I
Hold on. Let me
disagree.
just
Hold on, one
add
at a
on
time.
to Eda man real quick.
Let Chicago happy skip the line, and then we're gonna finally get to spin the box, Bev.
I just wanted to add to what Eda man was saying. The truth of the matter is the intentional, deliberate, marriage-minded man does not have problems with finding marriage.
Correct.
He's got to be deliberate. You can't be out here talking. You can't be double-minded. You're talking like you want to be married, and then you out here playing the streets. You still playboy debonair. You know what I'm saying? Knocking everything down 7 ways to Sunday. The man that's intentional about being married and deliberate about it, yeah, he's getting married.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, well, that's good.
I
That's
agree with
great
you on
advice for
Chicago.
anybody before they go into marriage to get counseling to make sure y'all talk about it. This is what y'all want to do. But Eda man said about men, they could get married. Yeah, women could get married too. All day, every day, right? Or I'm
The
just
ones that
saying,
are
or as
deliberate and
long as I got
intentional.
the marriage certificate and y'all got the person to do the ceremony. You get married any motherfucking day. Shit, even on Sunday, you paid them to come out there. You feel me?
But yeah,
I'm just saying. Shit, that's not the thing. The thing is, the reason for the marriage. You get what I'm saying? Because we all know there's all kind of crazy stuff going on. You get what I'm saying? So I understand what Chicago Real is talking about real marriage. Like, you know, some of us are married and we take this shit seriously. You get what I'm saying? This is our lives. And we care about these people that we're
You
married.
got that right. You got
You
that
know?
cat dog all right, Happy. Serious
Go ahead,
business.
spin the block bag. Let me see it spin the block bag. You get up in there. Go ahead, girl.
Oh shit.
Hush, Rilla, stop being a hater.
Pretty privilege.
Oh damn.
Everybody settles. Everybody does because nobody checks everybody's boxes.
100.
Nobody. That would essentially be the perfect person. Not necessarily the perfect person for you, but that would be the perfect person if everybody checked your boxes. And we all know that everybody don't check everybody's boxes. So in essence, everybody does settle. Also, I wanted to say that you know, like Chicago really had brought up, if your standards are out of whack and you're not getting the results that you want, they may need to be readjusted. In essence, you're still settling because you're readjusting your initial standards.
Amen.
I agree with
Shout out to the PhD Diva with the PayPal. She says, "No, hold on, who's that?"
PayPal? Damn, PhD. Well,
Yes. Shout out to Richard Mullins. He says, "Protect the godmother at all costs." PH Diva. Shout out to Richard Mullins. We gotta protect PH Diva at all costs.
Thank you.
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
I think we got everybody's voice, so we can just open it up and we can just keep having the conversation. I don't want to, let's keep on moving. I think this is great. I think a lot of people are misunderstanding the remedial rhetoric that be spewing out here. It's insane.
I have a little anecdotal story, right?
Okay.
For the ladies on the panel. My husband, and not for the lady and the men, my husband, when I had our first child, right? He changed his shift at work. I had a C-section, right? So I had a difficult C-section. So he would put me to bed at night so I wouldn't have to move. He'd make sure the baby was good. He would make sure I had Pampers and all that stuff next to the bed so I wouldn't have to get up because I couldn't really walk. He would go to work in the morning and I'd sleep all night. He'd come home. He'd get me up and get me into the bathroom so I could take a shower and do all of those things. And then he would take care of the baby while I was in the shower. Now, I want to ask, and he did that for the time that I needed him to do every time we had a child, right? Because I always had it the same way. So my question for the ladies would be, would you rather have that type of man than a man who had a goo gobs of money? Who had all those options? Which one? Because I'm not positive that he would take the man who would take care of him first.
So for myself, I'm gonna take the goo gobs of money just because he can hire somebody to come through all that.
God. PhD.
If he didn't want to hire him, well, he probably could. But I'm saying this to say, women don't just choose a man for his money. We choose him for other things besides the money. Okay, the money is good. I get it. But I would rather have somebody to care for me, to love me, to protect me, than to have gobs of money. We got money. He work, we work. But I'd rather have that than to have somebody who got gobs of money who didn't care about me.
I agree with that.
I don't think that's the dichotomy, right? And so I don't, for whatever reason, especially us in the Black community, we have like two archetypes for men. Either he's like the rich asshole or he's the noble poor man, right? And
Good point. Good point.
But they're saying
but men with money could be. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm just speaking. Can you let me finish my sentence?
picture.
And so a man can have money and also be caring and treat a woman well, just like a lot. And if you look at the statistics, you more likely to get somebody going across your head if he is poor, right?
Well,
And so I just want us to be very mindful of that a man could be more than one thing. He don't have to be the poor noble man or the rich weirdo or man who will
Yeah.
mistreat you.
But that's
Yeah,
not.
I think that's another problem as well. But that's a different conversation. I'm gonna have to figure out how we're gonna mind that because people think that anytime somebody has some kind of good substantial amount of resources that he's weird and he's a
No,
lame.
the
And, yeah.
men say that. The men say he has all these options, so he's not going to concern himself about you as much as a poor guy would. I'm saying I'm falling into you all's premise that rich assholes don't concern themselves more than women, and we pick rich assholes. That's not the case. That's not the case. We pick men who want to care about us. We don't just go for the money. That's not the first thing we look at and say, "Oh, I'm gonna go. I got a good guy and I got a rich guy, or an average
HQ,
guy."
what's the first thing y'all look at on average? What's the first thing most women look at when they
We head for
select
somebody that
their
we
man?
feel secure with. We look at the person that we feel secure with. More secure
Now, is
with.
that emotional, spiritual, or does that include financial security?
What about sexual?
It
You
can
forgot
it can
about
be
sexual.
it can be sexual, it could be money, it could be anything. But it's a component of security. Security is the underlying factor. Because I'm not going near you, you got money and you swinging on people.
Hey, what you think? And I'm not in the hood, y'all. I'm downtown.
I also want to welcome to the stage. Enter the Black Dragon. Good day, sir. Good
I
to
have
see
a
you. What's your
PTSD with
thoughts?
that one.
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm just listening in. I think we can't talk in absolutes, right? There's a certain percentage of women, modern women today, that measure men by their finances. They don't have to ask you your bank account. They look at your lifestyle. They judge you by the lifestyle you live, whether or not they feel secure enough to either keep dating you, keep sleeping with you, keep doing anything with you, or keep you in the friend zone. So, like yesteryear, women of yesteryear, those standards weren't there, right? You can just be in 1960, in 1970, maybe in 1980. You can just be a good man. You can just have a job. You can just have an apartment or a house, and you have a family. You'd be good enough to date. Now, those rules are out the window. It is completely different. None of the standards are realistic within the realm of reality. Everyone's living in some kind of delusion saying that I deserve this, 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 and this. And growing up to be and holding on to those standards up until their 40s and 50s. You're looking in real time at Ebony K. Williams, a woman who straight up said on television, no cap, I'm not going to date this man because of his financial and social class. Nothing to do with this character, whether or not he hit anybody. He can be the nicest man in the world. He can be the most decent and noble man in the world. He can be a priest or whatever. She judged a man by a title. That title that is indicative of his social and financial status. She said that man is not good enough for me.
She has a
For
past.
me.
She has a past.
I
That she
wasn't.
Yeah, so,
I
so
want. I
yeah,
want to date a bus driver either. I
yeah.
don't
So I
blame her.
think I think
I
the
want to date
problem
a bus driver
with
either.
that it was the occupation that he chose because first of all, her mother was a bus driver, so she already have a negative past of bus drivers. Period, and she see how hard her mother worked to push her forward, so she is not going to go backwards in time and say I'm going to deal with somebody with a struggle in love. She's not going to be willing to do that. And also, back in the days, men did do the same thing. It was just that the times is different. We got social media. The only difference is they used to wear fake gold chains. They used to fake it till they make it to get vagina then, and they doing faking it till they make it to get vagina now. It's still the same thing. It's just that we see it with a lot more reverence now. That's all. But it's still the same thing. Men was faking it to get that vagina back then, and they faking it to get vagina now.
Can I ask Enter the Black Dragon a question?
Yes,
So
you can.
based on what thank you. Based on what you just said, you were saying that she judged the man only based on his financial and social status. Um, so do you think if by virtue of a man being a decent man that a woman should just agree to be with him, also knowing that she's agreeing to be the primary breadwinner as well? If you know, so should women take on that burden of primary breadwinner just because it's a nice guy?
I mean, that's. I guess you're. It's weird to answer because what you're implying is that you're by default the woman is making more money than the man, but
She was.
Okay, let's just say that
Ebony
that's
K.
the
Williams
case.
is a millionaire, and so if she was to get with that bus driver, because this was the example you were speaking about, you were saying she judged him only on that. Okay, so by virtue of him being a nice guy, she should say, "Oh, okay, well, I'll take on the burden of being the primary breadwinner. Come on, baby, get on my back and let's go."
No matter, okay. Let me explain like this. If Ebony K. Williams dated a bus driver, because also on the latest interview that happened maybe like 36 hours or something like that, 24 hours ago, she's on this panel listening to Black women, and what she recognizes is that she said when she said that she got a lot of smoke and pushback for that, and what she also understands is that that bus driver does not want to date a woman like her. So now we know that it's a rejection on both sides of the coin. Now she understands that bus drivers came out and said, you know what, that's cool that you make all this money, but your money doesn't make you the primary male, right? It doesn't make you superior to me in any shape or form, right? When someone
bus
still
drivers
breaks,
are lying.
hang on, when someone still breaks into the house, your money is not going to defend the home. It's not going to defend our children.
Nobody's breaking into the house. We live.
Come
in
on,
a
nobody's
no,
breaking into the house.
All in this state,
Let him get it out. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Your money does not.
Hold on, let him finish.
Make you strong. It doesn't make you fast. It doesn't make you smart. It makes you capable to buy things. That's all it does.
But
and also, I want to thank MC Heavy Tips. MC Heavy Tits.
Slap me with those.
K. Williams, the representative of the average woman. Absolutely not.
God dog, Lamar.
No, she's just the one who, sparks all these conversations based on her comments. But I just don't.
Shit,
I don't know.
She's a beautiful woman. She's a beautiful woman.
Beautiful.
She is gorgeous.
Be looking for her.
Yep.
Beautiful, fit, no kids, successful, intelligent, got degrees. Like she got it all except for a man. Right. She got it all.
Yep.
If
Top
only
heavy.
she could open her mouthpiece.
Stop me, please. I don't give a damn.
Woo, that girl.
All that.
Yeah, she got all that.
Man is checking for her.
And she an AKA. And she an AKA.
Hey, listen, all I know, whoever that man was, before we get back to Into the Black Dragon PhD, but whoever that man was that she was taking care of in grad school, he's a dummy. If it was me, goddammit, shit, I'd be rubbing those feet every night. I'd be just like, what's his name? I pay your rent. I
don't know. Sharon, did you hear her on EYL? Did you hear on EYL? Oh, you should hear that interview, man. Ebony's the type you need like a cigar and a beer, and I ain't talking about like a German beer. You need like a slit small liquor with her. you should watch that interview though. It was a dope interview.
Go ahead, Into the Black Dragon. Go ahead. Sorry,
Coke 45.
No, it's fine. Because you made a good point. But what I was saying was there's a couple of dynamics too when I was watching it. Was first of all, she's a lawyer. So lawyers, their whole life, their whole bread and butter is to argue a point, right? Not to concede, not to get along, not to agree. It's to be as disagreeable as possible. That's exactly what lawyers do all day long. So you have to think about that as a dynamic, number one. Number two, who is she looking for to date, right? Because if she's looking to date anybody that's in her tax bracket or higher, right? They have options. Those people have options. They don't need to tolerate or put up with or have to date this kind of person that judges other people. A doctor doesn't have to wait. A doctor, a male doctor, a male lawyer, a male CEO, a male anybody of high value status or financial means doesn't have to look for a model or this or that. He'll be happy with a Starbucks barista.
But that's a lie into the Black Dragon. That is a lie. It is no doctor that we know of in majority marrying the goddamn Foot Locker girl, the ice cream girl, the coffee shop girl. That is not happening ever. We do not see it anywhere.
I think it happens.
Hey, Lee was about to snatch that Foot Locker girl. The attorney was about to snatch that Foot Locker girl.
Most
Ebony-
most of the doctors ugly anyway.
If Ebony decided she wanted to marry down, if Ebony decided she wanted to marry that bus driver would take her in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a man, I wouldn't touch a credit card. I wouldn't touch a dish. I wouldn't do nothing. I'd be right at home waiting to rub her feet, sticking
Break
my
that
dick
back.
in her, getting the
Whoa!
Hell
HQ.
yeah.
HQ. They be divorced in a heartbeat too. They be divorced in a heartbeat.
So here's the thing. I think most men they're not confident enough in themselves to be with a woman like that and say, "Hey, babe, I need $1,000 a week," and be comfortable with saying, "Yep, babe, what you need that for? I need it because I need these new Jordans." And then she gonna say, "Well, why you need a Jordan?" Because, hey, babe, listen, I'm doing everything.
Unless you Jeremy Weeks.
This thing gets hard every night when you need it. I need my goddamn $1,000 and I need my G-Wagon truck. Most men would get defensive if they was in that position because they would feel less than. And so that's the real problem.
If you Jeremy Weeks though, you can do it though, Sharon. If you Jeremy Weeks though, you know what I'm saying? The prison bay dude. Yeah, he gonna ask you for a stash. He gonna ask you for the password to the 401k account. He gonna ask you for the trust fund money, all that. And you gonna give it to him. Because you looking in his eyes.
The rich white you don't never hear this issue out of the rich older white women. The rich older white women, you see a lot of rich older white women got these young men. Now he know how to play his position. Tell me that Chris Kardashian lady. You think he loved being with that lady? He loved being with that older lady. He understands.
Who was that? Corey Gamble?
Yeah, he understands we're gonna be in Paris tomorrow. We're gonna be in France next day. We're gonna be in Russia next week. We're gonna be here next week. And baby, you need a whole budget. You got $10,000 a month. Buy whatever you want. You think he ain't gonna do it?
Come on.
I ain't got to ask her for nothing. I ain't got to touch a credit card. You think he ain't gonna do it? You crazy if you ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
HQ, is that male prostitution? Is that male prostitution?
So what?
So what? Because I was doing
women do it all the time.
Slut me out. He said
women
slut me
do it
out.
all the time, right? Don't women do it all the time? Men who got money, the women he give her a budget and she do what she want to with that budget. Why can't a man do the same thing?
House husbands 2024.
That is the problem. Black men are very hypergamous. Black men are extremely hypergamous, and we just don't really talk about that.
I am PhD.
I'm etc. Welcome to the show. Are you extremely hypergamous, sir?
Who's that?
Am I hypergamous?
Yes.
Yeah, I only go for women with good attitudes. That's my.
That is not what it means,
bro. It's a commodity.
Wait a minute. Let's expand that a little bit. That's what it sounds like.
I am.
Hey, into the Black Dragon. Are you extremely hypergamous?
Yeah, I think I am.
Whoa!
I try and date the best class of women possible.
See, when you explain it, when you expand on that $10,000 a month, where I ain't gotta ask you for nothing, and you can live off $10,000 a month. Tell me you can't.
Shit.
And we going to Mexico next week. We going to France 2 weeks later. We going to Russia 3 weeks later. And you gonna get a $10,000 a month budget. You think you can't live off of that?
I'm living.
Everyone can live off of $10,000 a month, but I wouldn't live under that lifestyle under a woman.
So now
if she's a good woman. Hey.
No, she can be a good woman, but I'd rather earn my money, not give it to me.
I didn't say you couldn't work.
Like earning my money.
I just said that I make.
Yeah, you can work at McDonald's.
I give you a budget. I give a budget out.
Yeah.
So all right. So now let's expand that. Why would you want to take a more difficult road to success?
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's how you learn everything. That's how you have the knowledge that you have. That's how I got everything I have in life. Like through my failures, I've reached success. I know what not to do. I can pass this knowledge on to either my daughter or friends of mine who've fallen on hard times.
Are you saying if you had the resources, you would not have the wisdom that you have now?
If I didn't have the struggles that I had, I wouldn't have what I have now.
So struggles is different. Just because you got money doesn't mean you don't have struggles. Because we are talking about money. Because you're saying if you're getting 10K from this woman, you don't want it because you want to earn it.
Right. I'd rather.
Right. So you're equating the money with the struggle.
To to some degree. I mean, there's pride
Oh,
in
to
that.
all
There's pride-
degrees. That's what you equated it.
Well, for me, there's pride in earning money, but not receiving it, not sitting on your ass and receiving it for a bunch of nothing. I mean, sorry. I mean, sorry. Women can live that lifestyle and be comfortable, but I can't. That's what I'm saying.
And that is some bad rhetoric to tell men that we gotta all have a goddamn hard life to become great men. Go ahead, Lamar Black Attack.
For me, I'm a carp after women. I'm gonna befriend her. She might be my wife forever. I'm gonna help her invest her money. I'm gonna help her buy that lawyer building. But I'm gonna learn off of her. I'm gonna show her, how did you become a lawyer? Show me how to make this money. That's how I became a nurse. I started effing nurses and they say, hey, what kind of money you making? You off 4 days a week? Show me how to do this thing. No, it's not. It sounds like a joke, but it's not. It's okay to.
Lamar,
people are commodities. Learn off somebody. Why you gonna have a successful person? You're not learning nothing from them. So I say, hey, show me how to do this thing. I did all my life. So it's not bad. You say, hey,
it is not bad.
You making money? Show me how to make some money, so we all can make money.
We gotta absolutely stop telling young men that they gotta struggle to become successful.
I like that, fam.
And struggle with money. Like struggling with money does not make you a better component of success. Most people that come from poverty, they stay in poverty.
Nothing good comes easy.
No, it's not easy. It's not easy being a lawyer.
Nothing worth having comes easy.
Yeah, but if you take
what in your life has come so easy to you that you didn't have to struggle to
all right, that is fine, but you should not choose a more difficult road on purpose.
I'm not saying that.
You know what? I got everything that I need. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna throw away all my daddy's money and influence. Let's just say, for example, I'm gonna throw away all his influence and his money so I can get it on my own. No, that's retarded.
Well, Sharon, I gotta disagree with you on this one. I have to, because we always talk about how, and when I say we, I mean the culture, how dudes aren't built like they used to be, aren't as resilient as they once were. That resilience comes from going through something. Like you could leave your children a bunch of money and whatnot, but if they don't know what to do with said money, with said resources properly, then they're going to lose it within the generation that it took for you to earn it. They don't understand.
That's a completely different conversation.
I disagree with that, fam. Okay. Let me say this. Let me say this real quick, fam. So I agree with Sharon on this, right? Now, the problem is we're not giving our tools, giving these kids the tools to sustain what we've built. But this concept of every generation got to start from zero and get it out the mud. I don't want my sons to get it out the mud. No. I want them to build on what I have, and that makes it a little bit easier for them, right? In the sense of they don't have to go through what I went through, but they still have to work to sustain it, right? So here's an example. If you look at Isaac Hayes III, what he has been able to do with his father's legacy is absolutely amazing. And that dude went to the best schools, and he did not have to get it out the mud. He's Isaac Hayes III. He was literally able to walk into rooms. But if you look at what he's been able to build, even with him building fan base over there, right? Absolutely. And what he's been able to do with his father's legacy through publishing, recouping his father's publishing and licensing those songs so that the family gets paid and that his brother will eat in perpetuity. That's what we should, that's the example. Yes. That's what we should be doing for our seeds. They shouldn't be having to get it out the mud every generation. That's one of the reasons why we stay stuck.
I got you. So there's two arguments. Here's the arguments. So here's what I would ask. Here's a question. Here's what I would ask to all the men. I mean, just us. Like, who do you think is going to know more value at 40 years old? The man who inherited millions of dollars, or the man who made millions of dollars?
So statistics shows the people that come and they give the tools to their children, they are the more successful ones. We know that for a fact, but somehow we are so conditioned to believe with this whole American culture that everybody got turned into a goddamn Scarface, whether it's legal or illegal. We got to all be Scarfaces to become successful. No, the people that has the right path, the people that has a road and they can see the road, they are the successful ones, not the ones that got to build the goddamn road and then run the track as well. No, the road is already paved. Run the goddamn course. And then
Okay,
after you run the course, the next generation that they're gonna build the
You're
course so they
supposed to
can run the
further
course
the
even
course.
faster.
Yeah, you're supposed
I
to
got you.
further the
So,
course.
so
Yeah.
I'm still looking for the answer from I guess everybody else. Like, who do you think is going to know more value, the
So if
man
I
who
take you what you're
inherited
saying
it
at
or
face
made it?
value and no additional context, that obviously the person that gets it out the mud, they would have the leg up. If I just take it at face value, what you're saying, you just gave somebody. I mean, the easy example would be we see people do that with the lottery all the time. You just gave them, they just won something, and how soon before they go broke, right? But Sharon's
A few
point is
years.
still the core of what we're speaking to.
It depends on the education too. If they went to fancy private schools and got tutors and stuff like that, they may have an upper hand. So it depends on the level of the education, you know.
I think
Nah,
it's
they be
some.
About to
fucking.
be a
I think
situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to MC Heavington. She said it the best. People don't have to struggle, but we need discipline and character. We need to build character, and we are going to keep building this tomorrow. God damn it. I enjoyed everybody here today. We absolutely had a great time. Oh, man, it was absolutely beautiful. And we're going to do this again tomorrow. 9 a.m. is when we start this thing. We are the solution-based gang. We here are dealing in truth and nothing but the truth. So help me. You know how to finish it. We here, we rebel against remedial rhetoric every single day. I will see y'all tomorrow, 9 a.m. Peace and love.